A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
Thank you so much. How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Pepsodent Kid, Bob Hope, still eating 3 meals a day with your teeth. I'm a little tired tonight. I just got back from the Santa Anita handicap. I would have been here sooner, but I stopped to have my barrel pressed. Santa Anita, that's the outdoor version of you can't take it with you. But really, it's beautiful out there, folks. The grass on the infield is gorgeous. After the 4th race, I had some of it for lunch. And they've enlarged Santa Anita this year, and I want to tell you, the whole place is run just like a machine, a vacuum cleaner. I've never seen so many people in one place. The crowds were so heavy, the pickpockets had to put on extra help. In fact, they were so busy they wouldn't pick the pocket of a tweed suit. The fuzz slowed them up too much. One pickpocket lifted my wallet and the list of the horses I was going to bet on. He took one look at the list, handed me back my wallet, and gave me an extra $1 for car fare. And you should have seen the automobiles out there. I've never seen so many cars that look like the backyard of the finance company. I hear Morgenthau wants to trade his job for the parking concession. I came late and had to park at the end of the parking lot. In fact, when I got out of my car, I found out I had paid $0.25 to park in my own driveway. They say it's hard to get back to town in traffic, but I fooled them. I left before the first race. I wish I had. Skinny gave me a tip on the handicap. He said the horse can't lose. The jockey's been eating garlic, and the horse will win trying to get away. First time I ever saw a jockey ride a horse backwards. I said, what's the idea of riding a horse backwards? He said, I have to. It makes the horse nervous to have anyone look over his shoulder. Nice horse. Every once in a while, he'd look around to see if his plow was on straight. He was so far behind, his tail showed in the photo finish. Really, the jockey pulled him up so much, it's the first time I ever saw a horse finish with a bit under his tail. I should have known better when I saw the jockey carrying an overnight bag. And now, Bill Goodwin.
Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, our guest is that grand little star from MGM, Miss Judy Garland.
And now, Skinny Anderson, our 6th hits of the Miss Swing Out with Could Be. Take it, talent.
Here comes Skinny, could be he'll sing us a song.
Could be that yellow moon, it's just a big balloon, and not that yellow moon above. Could be that angel face, it's something out of space, and not that angel face I love. Could be this heart of mine, it's just a valentine, and not this heart of mine at all. Could be a dream I see, but if you're asking me, could be I'm in love, could be.
Big balloon that shines above, moon it shines so brightly. Could be a baby face, there's something out of space. It ain't the kind of face I love, oh no. Could be this heart of mine, it's just a valentine, and not this heart of mine at all. Could be a dream I see, but it's
be this dream I see. But if you're asking me,
Really, truly, I'm blowing my top. Could be I'm in love, could be.
Say, Bob, you know, you really looked swell out there at the Santa Anita Derby last Saturday.
Bill, that's Derby. The English say Derby and the Americans say Derby.
Yeah, and the losers say nuts. Say, Bob, I hear the owners of the horses out at Santa Anita sit in boxes that have their names on them.
That's right, Bill. There's the Whitney box, the Vanderbilt box, Bradley, Astor.
Well, what was the name of the box you were sitting in, Bob?
A Sunkist. Say, how did you like that suit I had on?
Dude, where did you get that thing? It looked like it was cut down from a shroud.
Is that so? I'll have you know I was the best-dressed man at Santa Anita. I was a regular Beau Brummel.
Hello, Bo. What do you hear from the other bummels?
Well, Patsy Kelly. Say, Patsy, I saw you out of Santa Anita Saturday.
Santa Anita? Slot machines with horses.
Why, Patsy, it's a privilege to go to a beautiful track like Santa Anita. Why, do you know what the name Santa Anita means?
Oh, yes, I know. It's Spanish for hello, sucker.
Say, weren't you out there with Skinny and his brother?
Yeah, the three of us hitchhiked out there.
Really? Didn't your thumbs get awfully tired?
Oh, no, we didn't have to use our thumbs. We just waved Skinny's brother.
Well, tell me, is his brother that thin?
Thin? Why, that guy has to wear snowshoes when he takes a bath so he won't slide down the drain.
Now, wait a minute, Patsy. Skinny's brother isn't that skinny.
Oh, no, listen. That guy is so thin, he just got himself a daytime job stuffing olives.
Stuffing olives?
Yeah, he crawls through the olives, dragging the pimento behind him.
Hi, everybody. Well, hiya, Skinny.
Well, if it isn't Tremble Tonsil.
Hello, Patsy.
Hello, bated breath. Say, why don't you inhale once and see how it feels to rough it?
Listen, see here, Kelly. You can't talk to me like that. Don't forget, I'm a man, incidentally.
Incidentally? You mean accidentally.
Listen, Kelly, before you say another word, just take a look at those bulging muscles.
Muscles? Where? I don't see any muscles.
Doggone it, I forgot to put them on tonight.
Say, Patsy, I heard that your family was out here for the big race.
Yeah, they just got here from back east.
Back east, huh? How are things in Pomona?
Yeah.
Say, I suppose they've been out to the studio to watch you make pictures.
Yeah, they came out on the set and watched me work on my last picture.
Say, I saw that picture, Patsy. Say, what were those swallows doing flying across the screen?
Those weren't swallows. My father was sitting on one side of the set and the cuspidor was on the other.
Say, well, what does your family think of our radio program?
Well, I'll give you an idea. I just got a letter from my uncle back in Brooklyn.
Really? What does he say?
Oh, here it is. Dear Patsy, the Pepsodent show is much improved. You're much better than you were. Skinny Ennis is much better, and Jerry Colonna is much improved.
Well, doesn't he say anything about me?
Oh, yes, here. P.S. Hope you are the same. So long.
Say, Bob.
Yeah, Bill?
How long was that big race last Saturday?
Well, it was 1.25 miles, Bill.
Well, just what does that mean, Bob?
Well, it means it was the horse's last mile and my last quarter.
Oh, well, now, don't be discouraged, Bob. You know our motto, never say die.
Never say die.
Yeah.
Opens at the Paramount Theater in New York tomorrow. Let me plug up.
Well, listen, if you ever get another quarter, I know lots of things to do with it.
What, for instance, Bill?
Well, for instance, Bob, for a quarter you can get a tube of Pepsodent toothpaste. And that's the only toothpaste that contains irium. You know, irium is the lively agent that sparks up Pepsodent's cleansing power. Gently, safely, but ever so quickly, irium helps Pepsodent remove dingy surface stains from your teeth. Persuades your teeth to shine with natural brilliance. Brushing twice a day with Pepsodent Plus irium is like spring cleaning your mouth. It gives you cleaner, brighter, smoother teeth and keeps them at high shining luster. The surefire recipe for $1 million smile is dazzling teeth. So why not invest a quarter now for a tube of Pepsodent toothpaste with irium?
And now may I present one of the most charming and talented members of Hollywood's younger generation, soon to be seen in The Wizard of Oz, MGM singing sensation, Miss Judy Garland.
Mr. Hope, I hope that you will not be cross. I hope that you won't think that I'm a bore. But when I heard you sing that lovely song to Shirley Ross, I knew that Gable didn't matter anymore. It had to be you. It had to be you. I looked all around and finally found marvelous you. For you are the one, say what you will, with all your faults, I love you still. It had to be you, wonderful you, had to be you.
Why, Judy, I didn't know you felt this way about me.
Mr. Hope, I used to like Clark Gable and Robert Taylor, but you're different.
I know it, Judy. I've been told that before.
Gee, I've seen all your pictures, and I listen to you every time you're on the air, no matter what the rest of the family wants to hear.
Well, I hardly know what to say. Imagine meeting my fan face to face.
Oh, Mr. Hope, it's not that. It's deeper than that. You see, well, you're my crush. You're my dream man. You're my Prince Charming.
Now, wait a minute, Snow White. Let's not have a scene. After all, I may be just a passing fancy in your life.
Oh, no, Mr. Hope. This is a real thing. It's lasted almost 2 whole days.
Gosh, and in Hollywood, too.
Oh, you men are all alike. Always joking. Well, I don't think you even know what it means to have a crush on somebody.
Oh, don't I? How do you think I felt last week when they told me Hedy Lamour had eloped with someone else?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I suppose you feel you just ought to go out and jump off a cliff and end it all.
Well, I want to have a long talk with Madeline Carroll first.
Oh, well, never mind them, Mr. Hope. I'm not like other girls. I'm willing to take you just as you are. Isn't that just too wonderful?
But, Judy, look, I'm flattered. I'm glad that you told me only...
Only what?
Well, do you think I'm your type?
Oh, Mr. Hope, I know I'm not worthy of you, but you don't have to love me right away.
But, Judy, I mean, after all, I'm not exactly...
Oh, I might have known it. Are you somebody else's crush?
Well, not exactly, but, well, there are some strings attached.
Oh. Then you are someone else's crush.
Well, I was, but she married me.
Oh, gee, that's awful. But I can go right on having a crush on you, can't I? From a distance, I mean.
Judy, with so many other handsome men in Hollywood, why did you have to pick on me?
Well, you see, Mr. Hope, it was like this. First, I picked out Clark Gable to have a crush on. But I had too much competition. He didn't appreciate me.
Oh, well, what could you expect from that tap dancer?
Then I had a crush on Robert Taylor, but I guess I had too much competition there, too. And after Robert Taylor, all that was left was a choice between you and Tyrone Power.
Tyrone Power. Beauty versus Beast.
And I picked you. I guess I was tired of competition.
Yeah. I guess so.
Oh, Mr. Hope, you're wonderful. Say you'll be the man of my dreams.
But, Judy, really, I'm not the kind of man for you. I'm not good enough for you. Well, I pull little dogs' tails, and I take candy away from babies. And once I gave a canary a hot foot.
You're so brave and masterful.
Well, maybe I am on the surface, but underneath I'm a no-good guy, Judy. Take my word for it. Hope is a louse.
Oh, but you're a good louse.
Yeah. No, Judy, it's no use. We couldn't get along together.
Then you're turning me down?
Don't take it so hard, Judy. None of the others did.
All right. You don't have to tell me. I know. It's the old, old story. It's the woman who pays. I'm sorry I bothered you. Now I know how Greta Garbo felt when Robert Taylor left her in Camille. But don't worry about me, Mr. Hope. I'll recover. Time is a great healer. But I won't forget. I never will. Though you're a cat, I love you still. It has to be you. Wonderful you. Had to be you.
Say, Judy, can a cad say a few words in his own defense before you go? Tell me, why don't you have a crush on someone near your own age?
Well, most of the boys I know think I'm only an in-between. You know, not old enough to be a glamour girl and too old to go around with dolls.
Well, I hope I'm never too old to go around with dolls. But you know, Judy, I've been having the same trouble you've had. Tell me, do you think I'm old enough for Carol Lombard?
Well, of course.
And I guess she has some other reason.
That's too bad. Well, so long, Mr. Hope. I've got to go now.
Judy, you can't get away without giving us one of those Garland specials.
Well, all right. Would you like to hear Franklin D. Roosevelt Jones?
Would I? Let's have it.
Hey, Rufus Rastus Brown, spread the news around, all around the town. Say it's a holiday. Stop your work and play. Hurry on your way. Tell the world about this celebration. One thing that concerns the nation. Glory, hallelujah. Get Hosanna running through ya. I am here to say it's the big holiday everywhere. For the Jones family has a brand new heir. He's the joy heaven sent, and we proudly present Mr. Franklin D. Roosevelt Jones. When he walks down, you never will meet with a name like the name that he got today. When he walks down the street, folks will say, pleased to meet Mr. Franklin D. Roosevelt Jones. What a smile and how he shows it. He'll be happy all day long. What a name! I'll bet he knows it. With that handle, how can he go wrong? And the folks in the town all agree. He'll be famous as he can be. How can he be a dud or a stick in the mud when he's Franklin D. Roosevelt Jones? Go to sleep, my baby, and maybe you'll be a Democrat by and by. Oh, you're a lucky baby with Franklin D. for your name. Mrs. Jones's baby boy is a welcome resident. Give him a pitch rod for a toy. He's the future president. Hooray for young Franklin D. Jones. Give a cheer for the babe of the year. How can he be a dud or a stick in the mud? Just you wait and see. He'll make history, 'cause he's Franklin D. Roosevelt Jones.
Thank you very much, Judy Garland. That really was great. And now, here's a word from Bill Goodwin, who has a crush on Irium.
Thank you, Bob. Nearly all toothpaste comes in a tube, keeps fresh, and is pleasant enough to taste. You can expect this from any toothpaste. But Pepsodent toothpaste has all of this, plus an important something the others haven't got. The extra something is Irium. That's the lively super addition that steps up Pepsodent's action, brightens the results. Irium helps Pepsodent remove the unattractive surface stains that cloud over your smile. It brings out the natural luster. At least twice a day, night and morning, every day of your life, Brush your teeth with Pepsodent toothpaste with Irium, and you'll quickly be rewarded. It won't be long before you'll say, I never dreamed my teeth could sparkle so. I never knew my mouth could feel so fresh, so clean. It certainly feels grand to have well-groomed teeth.
I have eyes to see with, they see only you.
And now Bob Hope brings you his version of that popular new song hit, I Have Eyes.
I have eyes to
Bob, shh. Yes, Bill, Bob. Listen, I have a swell idea how we can both make money.
No, Bill, this year I want to pay my income tax.
No, that isn't what I mean. I think we ought to become spies. Shh. Important spies.
Don't be silly, Bill. There's no money in spying.
Oh, no? Did you ever see a house detective on relief?
Yeah, I guess spying is a good racket if you don't lose your head.
You can be famous, Bob. Really, you can be famous. Think of the great spies in history. Think of Mata Hari.
Ah, yes. Mata Hari.
And think of Nathan Hale and Jonathan Daly and Benedict Arnold.
I can't, Bill.
Why not?
I'm still thinking of Mata Hari. But really, Bill, I couldn't be a spy. I don't know how to act.
Bob, let's leave your picture work out of this.
Yeah. All right, Bill, I'll go into the spy racket with you, but I'll have to get a spy suit.
A spy suit? What's that?
Oh, it's nothing. You just go out with a bloodhound and a black coat and vest.
And what pants?
The bloodhound.
Well, come on, Bob. Let's get busy.
Okay.
The Hope and Goodwin Spy Salon, a snitch in time pays the rent. What's that? Hope and Goodwin very good at shadowing people in dark alleys? Well, I should say so. They're real slinkers. No, I said flinkers. Okay, just a minute. It's for you, Cheese.
Cheese, Patsy, that's Chief. Take the script and read it.
That's Cheese. Take the script and smell it.
That's Cheese. I'll take the script and eat it. Hello?
This is Spy number 1X reporting from Africa, Chief.
Greetings, Spy 1X. Where's Spy 2X? Isn't he with you?
No, Chief. The cannibals had 2X for breakfast.
Come in.
Hello?
Hello. Hey, Bill, look, she's beautiful. What grace.
Yeah, what form?
What telephone number?
Hello?
Hello?
My name is Vanya Tanya Sonia Henya Notgranovich Babuchka. Oh, but you can call me Tutski.
Well, what do you want with me?
Oh, I need help. If you do not help me, I shall have to kill you.
Kill me? Kill me?
Yes. I will shoot you or stab you or poison you. Or take you in my arms and squeeze you to death. Smothering you with kisses. How would you like that?
I'd like Dot. Say, where do you come from, Tootsie Woodskin?
I come from the little country of Schlemilia.
Schlemilia! What a small world this is.
Ah, yes. I shall never forget my last day in Schlemilia. Bombs bursting. People were dropping like flies. The streets were covered with blood. Oh, it was so beautiful.
I can see. Look, Tootski, what can I do for you?
You must save me from my cousin, the ambassador from Schlemilia, Rat-faced the Repulsive.
Well, what happens if I find him?
Undoubtedly he will kill you.
And what happens if I don't find him?
Undoubtedly I will kill you.
What's in it for me?
Either way, you'll be buried with full military honors. Until then, I say, hello.
Come on, Patsy, we got to go to the Schlemielian embassy.
Right. Hello? Oh, it's for you, Chief.
For me? Hello.
Mr. Hope.
Yes?
Say, listen, you'll never catch me, you old spidery spy, because you're just a ham, and hams can't fly. I asked myself this as I slid on my way. Is Hope a big dope? Oh, boy, I'll say.
Say, who is this?
Oh, just a great big stork.
A stork? What are you doing here with me?
Just looking over one of my mistakes.
Come on, Patsy. Let's go to the embassy and meet Rat-Face the Repulsive. Here we are. This looks like the embassy.
Yeah, look at that sign. Embassy of Schlemilia. Office hours 12:30 to 1. Treaties broken Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Goodman, you stay outside, and if we have any trouble with Ratface, blow up the embassy.
Right, Chief. Are you armed?
And how? I'm armed to the teeth.
Hey, you better not join or that club will fall out.
Ring the bell, Patsy.
Hello?
Tootski.
Hoopski.
Runsky.
No, Patsy, don't run. I'm right behind you. Where's Ratface, Tootski?
Here comes Ratface now!
Greetings, Rat. Meet a diplomat.
Why, it's Professor Colonna with the Bay Rum Aroma. Tell me, are you the ambassador?
Ah, yes, and I'm the President, Secretary of War, Navy, State, Interior, Exterior. In fact, I'm the whole schlemiel.
I can believe that.
And who is the little wren with you?
This is Matta Kelly, the international spy. She loves you, Professor.
Ah, my little Matta. You've made me so much flatter, and all my cares will scatter because your heart belongs to data.
Professor, tell me, were you ever caught as an ambassador without portfolio?
Ah, yes. Briefcase, wasn't it?
What has been your worst experience, Professor?
Once, for no reason, I was held for treason and placed against the wall to be shot.
Did they shoot you?
I don't know, Nate. I was blindfolded. Will you pardon me? I feel a bomb coming on.
Ambassador, you've blown up the whole block. Why did you throw that bomb into the street?
I love parking space.
Well, Professor, your goose is cooked.
Why so, Nate?
I can prove that you're a traitor and have been carrying on with the enemy spies, Sonia the snitch.
What proof have you?
I was in a closet and took a picture of you kissing Sonia. Here, look at the picture. What do you think of that?
Not bad. I'll take a half a dozen.
Come on, Hope. Let's get out of this place. This guy's a screwball.
Yes, isn't he? Who said that? I did. And I apologize, Colonna. I'm sorry I insulted you. Silence. I refuse to accept your apology. I am the screwball. Colonna, you are not. I am. All right, you are. Oh, so you admit it. Take that. That's one tooth gone. And that. And that. Help! I'm shooting off my mouth.
Come on, Patsy. It's nearly midnight. Goodwin should be getting ready to light the fuse.
Oh. Hey, look, the radio station blew up.
Well, I carried out your instructions, Bob.
But I told you to blow up the embassy.
Embassy? Great Scott, I thought you said NBC.
And thanks for the memory. If one more friend we've made with our small cavalcade, it's evident that Pepsodent will keep us on parade. So thank you so much. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
I Have Eyes is from Paris Honeymoon, and this is Still Goodwin speaking. Don't forget, Pepsodent with Irium brings you Bob Hope next Tuesday night at the same time. Good night.
Use Pepsodent twice a day. See your dentist twice a year. Tonight from Hollywood, Lever Brothers Company presents the Pepsodent Show with Bob Hope's special guest stars, Eddie Cantor, Red Skelton, Fibber, McGee and Molly, Amos and Andy, and Walter Winchell. Ladies and gentlemen, Bob Hope is still on the high seas en route to England, and you'll hear him in person from London next Tuesday night. In his absence, we present an all-star cast of Bob Hope's friends, starting with our guest master of ceremonies, Eddie Cantor. Get up off your knees. Bob Hope is here now. Gee, thanks. Eddie, you know, this is swell of you to drop in and help Bob like this. Well, who could refuse? He left a note under my door, come down to NBC and get a surprise. Some surprise. They shove a script in my hand, point to the microphone, and that's not enough. Before I start, they make me brush my teeth with Pepsodent. But Eddie. Yeah? What do you usually brush your teeth with? Pabst Blue Ribbon beer. I got a sponsor, too. Oh, but I'm only kidding. I'm very happy to help an old friend. By the way, Wendell, did Bob say anything before he left about how much, about the, did he, huh? Anything at all? Yes, the usual. I see. Who shall I make it out to? You mean Bob isn't paying you anything for this, eh? Wendell, you know that expression, a fool and his money are soon parted? Yes. You are working for the original quiz kid. I've known Bob for so long, I can tell you all his weak points and all his strong points. Well, what are some of his strong points? Short joke, wasn't it? Oh, you're just jealous because Bob's going to Princess Elizabeth's wedding. I'm not jealous, Wendell. The king asked me to attend his daughter's wedding, but I turned it down. Just turned it down. Did I not go? I don't want to go. Well, wait a minute. You turned down the King of England after he asked you to be a guest at his daughter's wedding? Who said anything about guests? He wanted me as a technical advisor. Him with his two girls, amateur. I thought Crosby was getting that job, Eddie. You know, he's quite a family man, too, you know. Crosby, are you kidding? With Storks, who know Hollywood best, it's Cantor, 5-4. Don't encourage me. I'm not going to do an encore. Anyway, I'll be represented at the wedding. I helped Bob out with his wardrobe, you know. Oh, but Bob's so much bigger, Eddie. Why, he couldn't get into one of your suits. Who's talking about suits? I loaned him one of Ida's corsets. Say, Eddie, do you think we ought to talk behind Bob's back like this? What'd you say? I said, do you think we ought to talk behind Bob's back like this? Why not? It's so nice and roomy. I was kidding about Ida's corset. I loaned him one of my suits. I really did. Well, I still don't see how Bob can wear your clothes. He's 35 pounds heavier than you are. Well, the tailor put an extra piece in it, Wendell. Bob will look great at the wedding. He'll be the only one there wearing British morning trousers with a Scotch plaid seat. Well, here I am. Why not to spend what all with you? Not a very good voice today. I don't feel too good. Of course, I always feel this way after I've had my distemper shot, you know. I think I got a little fever. I took my temperature with Moore's pressure cooker thermometer, and it said I was about ready to can. I was able to do my work before I come to town anyhow. I fed the chickens, I fed my horses, I fed my pigs. Hey, that reminds me, I ain't eat yet. Well, as soon as I find out why Bob Hope ain't on the air tonight, I'll warm my innards with some victuals. Well, let's see. Wonder which studio it would be. There's the rolling program. We'll skip that for now. Maybe this man knows which studio Bob Hope broadcasts on. Howdy doody. Could you tell me where the Pepsi Event program broadcasts from? Why, yes, you go right through that door. Well, open it up first. Details. Speak up, I ain't no genius, you know. Wait, I'll take you in. Say, wait a minute, first, fix your tie. Oh, thank you. Say, that's an unusual tie. Yeah, I got it out of the mail order catalog. You mean that you sent away and got that? No, I just cut it out and pasted it on. Eddie. Yeah, how are you, Wendell? This goon wants to see Bob Hope. Well, come on in, fella. No, I better not. Oh, it's all right. Say, why are you blushing? I ain't blushing. It's my red flannel sneaking up on me again. I'm sorry, fella, but Mr. Hope isn't here. No? He's on a boat bound for England. They finally chased him out of the country. Oh, no. No, he's appearing He's appearing at the command performance of the King of England. England? I was there during the war, you know. Yeah. Yeah, too bad you didn't get to the bomb shelter in time. You were in the army, you say. An officer? No, I could have been an officer, though, if they'd have noticed the good work I did. But them generals never came around the guardhouse. Yeah. They were too busy trying to talk to Howard Hughes, I guess. You said Bob Hope won't be on the air tonight? That's right. Well, I don't know what my mom's going to do. She never goes to sleep till she hears Bob Hope. Well, he'll be on again next week. He's going to be awful sleepy. Don't look at me, will you? This guy makes the Mad Russian appear like Professor Einstein. Now, if you'll show me where it says that, I'll continue. Well, I'm sorry I bothered you, but before I go, would you care for a little snort? Well, I wouldn't mind. You know. And here's Eddie Cantor and the Sportsman singing Civilization. Bongo, 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 I don't want to leave the Congo. Oh, no, 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 no. Bingo, bango, bungle, I'm so happy in the jungle, I refuse to go. Don't want high prices, taxes, housing shortage, worry and fear. So no matter how they coax me, I'll stay right here. Yes, 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 we'll stay right here. Each morning a missionary appetite will be on sign. Madman month. He telling native population that civilization is fine. 903. And some educated savages, all are from a bamboo tree. Hey, Dick Tracy, you catch mumbles yet? That civilization is the thing for me to see. Oh, bongo, 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 I don't want to leave the Congo. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Bingo, bongo, bongo, I'm so happy in the jungle, I refuse to go. Don't want no crazy auto drivers knocking me on my ear. Life is safer in the jungle, I'll stay right here. Yes, 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 we'll stay right here. They have things like the atom bomb, so I think I'll stay where I am. Civilization, no, 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 we'll stay right here. Down in the Congo. 4 million, neglected using Miriam. So singing smile had no winning style. Come to me, my melancholy baby. Not me. Why not? You'll see. So folks don't be like Miriam. Accident 1 by 3-1. Just recently, families from coast to coast, thousands of people were asked to compare new Pepsodent toothpaste with the brands they've been using at home. By an overwhelming majority, by an average of 3-1, they preferred new Pepsodent over any other brand they tried. Yes, with families who made comparison tests. Pepsodent won by 3-1.
For its cool, minty flavor that lingers on and on.
Families who made comparison tests chose Pepsodent 3-1.
For making the breath so lastingly clean.
Families who made comparison tests chose Pepsodent 3-1.
And for cleaning teeth better, giving bright new sparkle to your smile.
Families who made comparison tests chose Pepsodent 3-1. So for new pleasure in brushing your teeth, new pleasure in the results you'll see, try cool, minty, new Pepsodent toothpaste with Irium. The 3-1 favorite with families all over America.
Dear Miriam, sweet Miriam, now she's using Miriam. So her singing smile has a winning style.
Come to me, my melancholy baby.
Okay, come smile. I'll say.
Oh, folks just be like Miriam, you
Say, I'll bet that Pepsin sells almost as well as the product I sell. Pepsin.
Mr. Cantor!
Miss Vera Bay. Why, Miss Vague, if you hadn't said yoo-hoo, I'd never have recognized you. The way that Bob Hope describes such a lovely, beautiful, shy, charming girl. I wish I weren't a married man with 5 daughters nearly as old as you.
You killing man. You really think your daughters are nearly as old as me?
Yes, I think so. Of course, I never added their ages up.
Why, you dear picked out Popeye here.
Oh, Miss Page, please, I'm sorry. I was just kidding. Really, I think you're stunning.
Oh.
Maybe tonight we could go for a walk. You've got that new look.
Oh, I've got to go for a ride. I've got that old idea.
Miss Page, you're dynamite, aren't you? Tell me, what kind of perfume is that you're wearing?
Oh, this is my own special invention. J. Parnell Thomas, number 5.
J. Parnell Thomas, number 5?
Yes, one whiff and you want to investigate further. Oh, dear. I'm so glad you like me, Mr. Cantor. How about you getting me on your program sometime? I'd work very cheaply.
Well, I might be able to squeeze you in.
Oh, you might? Well, that way I'd work even cheaper.
I don't know if I could take it, Miss Bates. You see, I've worked with some beautiful girls in my time, you know, Ziegfeld Follies.
Well, never mind that. Just tell me, how do I stack up?
Like an old pile of war surplus.
Oh, you senile Mickey Rainer, you. Tell me, you have to tell your eyelids to blink.
Wait a minute. This program is like Information Please. Everybody has answers.
That's right, Mr. Cantor. You see, I could get on your program. I have a trigger mind.
Yes, and when you're through with it, give it back the trigger. I didn't mean that, Miss Vega. I just said it so you wouldn't miss Bob Hope too much. Do you actually miss him?
Oh, yes, constantly. You see, Mr. Cantor, I'm working on a Christmas gift for him.
You're making Bob's Christmas gift?
Yes.
How is it coming along?
Oh, fine. Of course, I may need a longer fuse.
Wait a minute. You're making a bomb for Bob Hope's Christmas present?
Oh, yes, I'm so mad at him. He wouldn't take me along to Princess Elizabeth's wedding.
Oh, but Miss Babe, that's a big social event. All that nobility and everything, you know.
Well, so what? I've been smoking Prince Albert for years.
Really, Miss May? I'm amazed. I thought you were the Orchid, Champagne, and Granger, rough cut type. So you're angry at Bob for not taking you on the trip, huh?
Yes, no, well, really, I'm glad, to tell you the truth. The last time I took a boat trip, I was taking a stroll on the deck, and I almost drowned.
Wait a minute. You were just taking a stroll on the deck, and you almost drowned? How could that happen?
Oh, some darn fool yelled, "Man overboard!"
And now, folks, to check the reaction of the public to this all-star program, we take you to the home of a couple of typical listeners, 79 Wistful Vista, the home of Fibber, McGee, and Molly.
Through tinkering at the radio yet, McGee?
Not practically. There's just one little thing wrong with it, Molly.
What's that?
It won't work. Otherwise, now let me see. Maybe if I connect the antenna condenser to the grid leak supercharger and boost the static collector a little more.
Maybe the tubes are stopped up.
Huh?
Did you try blowing through them?
Huh?
I know you usually blow out all the tubes first.
No. That won't happen. You see, I'm changing this thing over to shortwave tonight so I can hear Bob Hope, the comedian.
Oh.
Paper says he's broadcasting from England.
From England?
Uh-huh.
My goodness, that's an awfully long trip.
Distance means nothing to Hope. That guy takes a trip to England like I go down to the drugstore.
Oh, in a sweatshirt and bedroom slippers? 70 days, what a way to travel.
No, I don't mean that, Molly. Hey, I wonder if Hope will come on talking with an English accent and wearing a manacle.
Oh, you don't mean manacle, McGee. You mean a monocle.
Monocle? You're confused, Tootsie. A monocle is a newspaper. The London Daily Monocle is one of the...
McGee, that's the Chronicle.
Oh, Molly, please, don't tell me about chronicles. You heard Doc Gamble tell me if I didn't cut out cigars, my chronicle tubes would get stopped up and I would...
The word is bronchial, dearie, and it's pronounced bronchial.
Bronchial? And what was that horse I'd won $5 at the carnival on if he hadn't thrown me in the top row of the seat?
A bronco, a bucking bronco.
I believe that was a bronco at that. Well, then, Dad, what in the first place did I say wrong?
You said Bob Hope would broadcast wearing a manacle. Manacles are handcuffs.
So what if he does? He could do that show with his hands tied behind him. Hey, I better get this radio fixed. This thing ought to bring in shortwave okay. It cost $90. Money was worth more back in 1924, too.
Maybe it just isn't a shortwave set, dearie. Some of them aren't, you know.
Well, it says so right on this one, kiddo. See right here? It says AC and DC. First one's for local stuff, of course. AC, around the city.
What does the DC stand for?
DC is distant country. That's it.
McGee, I didn't realize you knew so much about it.
Oh, shucks, I've been fooling around with radio as long as I can remember.
Well, you've been fooling around with that radio right there as long as I can remember.
Yeah. I remember when I was just a little kid back in Peoria, I built the first receiving set in town. Years ahead of my time.
Did it work all right?
Never could tell. I was so far ahead of time, they hadn't even invented broadcasting stations.
Say, look, sweetheart, who told you Bob Hope was broadcasting from England anyhow? I didn't hear that.
Why, it's right here in the paper. It says right here. Oh, my God.
What's the matter?
It says Bob Hope broadcasting from England next week.
Oh.
Well, hey, somebody's got to be... I wonder who's on his show tonight.
Well, don't look now, dearie, but we're not. We're off.
Huh? Oh, I see what you mean. Good night.
Good night, Doris.
Thank you, Fibber, McGee, and Molly. You were wonderful. And now, I'll get it. Hello?
This is long distance. London, England is calling Bob Hope.
London, England? It must be the King calling, Bob. Gosh, what'd I do? I'll take it, operator.
Here's your coffee.
King, I'm so excited I can hardly talk. Hello, King. Bob's on his way over there, King. He'll be there tomorrow, King. Is there anything I can do for you, King?
You might dig me up a date with a cute little queen.
Well, that's a Corona. So you're in England, Professor?
Yes, and I gotta talk fast.
Why must you talk fast?
The British are coming.
Corona. Corona, tell me, are idiots lonely?
Yes, shall we hold hands? Now listen, Hope.
Hello, this isn't Bob Hope. I'll give you a hint who I am. Listen to this. Potatoes are cheaper, tomatoes are cheaper.
Oh, at last.
Who was that?
President Truman.
Look, stop this nonsense. This is Eddie Cantor. Are you really in London?
Yes, Cantor. My train's just putting in now.
Kelowna, what kind of a train whistle is that?
It's the friendship train.
Oh, Kelowna, you're in a fog.
No, I'm in London. What's your excuse?
Wait a minute. What are you doing in London anyway, Professor?
Well, I'm in charge of the Princess Elizabeth's wedding, Cantor, and I can hardly wait. As soon as the ceremony is over, just think, I get to kiss all the barmaids in London.
Wait a minute, Kelowna. It's the bridesmaids you're supposed to kiss. What do the barmaids have to do with it?
I don't ask questions. I just have fun. Say, Cantor, I got to hang up now. I'm going fox hunting.
You're going fox hunting? Well, what's all that noise?
Can't get my horse out of the phone booth. There's a noise of galloping over the hill, and the huntsman's horns ring merry and shrill. Here they come with a view, halloo, hounds and horses and huntsmen too, galloping, 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 galloping by. The horses trample, the hounds they bay, the riders' coats are scarlet and gay. Up to the huntsman cry, say you have seen the fox go by, galloping, 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 galloping by.
I look as stupid as I can be, and never a word do they get from me. Until an angry takes the rain, it stops the rollicking hunt again. Galloping, 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 galloping by. Tally-ho! Tally-ho! No, that's the wrong horn. Tally-ho! That's a quarter of Hope. How you go? And the south second. Oops. There goes the south in the front. Hope went back to look for the quarter. Going to be a tight finish. They're crossing the line all together. After the Holly, left jack, boogle boogle, over the Harry, after the hook, after the hacker. And the winner, F.B. Boone of Lexington, Kentucky. Oh, what are they telling you? No, not I. But I saw the fox go wearily by. Wearily fancy worn and spent, would I be telling the way he went? Galloping, galloping, galloping. No, not I. His pretty foxy galloping, 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 galloping by. Weave-a-weave-a-weave-a.
Pepsodent won by 3-1. Yes, in a recent survey, families from coast to coast, thousands of people, compared new Pepsodent toothpaste with brands they've been using at home. By an overwhelming average of 3-1, they preferred new Pepsodent toothpaste with Irium over any other brand they tried. The N.W. Armstrong family of 5101 Melrose Avenue, Los Angeles, preferred new Pepsodent on every single count. Mrs. Armstrong says,
our little daughter, Terry, just loves the taste of Pepsodent. In fact, we all do. And my husband is convinced there's nothing like Pepsodent for cleaning his breath. As for me, I found Pepsodent makes my teeth look brighter than ever before.
And family after family agree with the Armstrongs. Yes, with families who made comparison tests. Pepsodent won by 3-1. Get it without delay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Amos and Andy were supposed to be on this program tonight, but they haven't shown up yet. They did tell me that their pal, the Kingfish, well, they borrowed an old, broken-down second-hand car so they could drive to the studio. I wonder if they're still on their way.
Boys, how long you figure we've been riding now?
Oh, about 10 minutes.
Then I guess it's safe to put it in second gear.
Knock my hat right off.
Well, it sure is nice to be working on the Bob Hope show this week. You know, next week he's going to be broadcasting from England.
Yeah.
Say, Kingfish, look, there's NBC studios right there.
Yeah, and here's the parking space.
All right, I'll stop the car.
Well, you missed NBC and stopped right in front of CBS.
Here's another parking space right here. I say, fellas, while you two are parking the car, why don't I run into NBC there and tell them we're here? Yeah, Amos, so we don't want to make the other people on the Bob Hope Show mad with us. Well, fellas, I'll get on in the studio.
Good idea, Amos. Go ahead.
Well, then, now to park the car. The fellow I bought it from told me that I got to use the foot brake and the emergency brake, too.
Yeah, well, you think you can back it in there? You ain't got too much space.
Yeah, well, I'll show you how to get it in between them two cars. Stick your head out the window there, and I'll go on back. Now, guide me in there.
Okay. Come on back. Come on back. Come on back. Whoa! Cut your wheels and go forward.
Tell me how I'm doing.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Whoa!
Do you think you could get the road just a little ahead of the impact? Well, I'm going to try it again here now.
Okay, come on back. Come on back. Come on back. Whoa! Don't work that way, neither, do it. You know something, the way you going, you can get a job in a parking lot.
Well, I don't think this emergency brake ain't working. That's the trouble. I've been pulling on the thing.
What do you pull on?
This thing right here.
That. I've been wondering why that ventilator on the hood has been flipping up and down.
what I got to do is get in here. Now, let me back up a little bit. Oh, I know what the trouble is. I'm going forward in second gear. Let me get the thing in low once and try. Watch this.
Yeah, you can even hit them better that way.
Yeah. Andy, you better step out the car and direct me here.
Yeah. I'll get out and stand behind that fire hydrant.
Mm-hmm. Now, that's it, sir.
Come on back. Hold it. Your bumpers is locked.
I'll pull up. How's that, Andy? Is the bumper clear?
Yeah, it's clear off the car.
I think I'll go forward now. That'll do the job.
All right, come on. Whoa! We come out together that time.
Well, at least we got the car parked. Now, come on, Andy. We better get on in the studio here.
Yeah. Hey, there's Eddie Cantor coming out of NBC now.
Well, hello there, Andy and Kingfish.
Hello, Mr. Cantor.
Yeah, we come down to help out Mr. Hope. We just had a hard time parking the car, but that's over. Now for the program.
Too late, boys. That's over, too. Thank you, Amos and Andy. Ladies and gentlemen, ordinarily at this time, Bob has a serious message for you. We're fortunate to have in his place tonight your New York correspondent, Walter Winchell.
Attention, Mr. and Mrs. United States. When I am recruited to help exploit the March of Dimes, the Red Cross, Navy Relief, or the Runyon Cancer Fund and other causes, the people of the stage, screen, and radio help most and do the hardest work. We on the Runyon Committee have never had to ask these wonderful people to help us. They always say, as Bob Hope said, what can we do to help you? Thanks then again to the show folks, and to all of you in 48 states for your gracious and generous help. We have already turned over $675,000, including $25,000 to war veterans in California. By next December the 10th, we will have allocated $1 million in the four corners of the 48 states and the Middle West. We are nearing the $1.5 million mark now, with not a penny deducted for expenses of any kind. The Runyon Fund is also grateful to the coin machine industries of Chicago. These fine people pledge at least $250,000 to our fund every year. For accelerating the efforts in this terrible war on cancer, you have my deepest thanks as a citizen. For doing it in affectionate memory of Alfred Damon Runyon, you have the gratitude of all of us on the newspapers who are the guardians of...
For Swan Soap, it's Bob Hope. With Doris Day, Jack Cookwood, Irene Ryan, yours truly, High Aberback, Les Brown and his band of renown, and our special guest, Jack Benny. And here he is. Paramount calls him the Great Lover, but Lever Brothers called him the Great Lather, Bob Hope.
Thank you. How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? This is Bob Christmas is Coming Hope, telling all you people that you and Swan Soap ought to get chummy. It's a soap that's good for brother, sister, dad, and mummy. And if you use it, you'll never feel crummy, because the lather's so thick you can lie in the tub and build a snowman on your tummy. It's fun. I tried it. Well, I just got back from Texas. It was wonderful to be down in that Texas sunshine where men are men and women are women, especially after California where it's so smoggy you just have to guess. Yes, sir. The whole country's on instruments out here, aren't they? I went to Texas to appear at a milk fund show, see a football game, check an oil well, go quail hunting, and get some rest. It was so much fun, I wish I could have stayed for a second day. I really do. And that Texas is really rugged and rough country. It's the only state where the mules whip Frankie Lane. Amos Carter gave me a cowboy hat for Phil Harris, a 20-gallon hat. Has 2 faucets and a Filipino bartender. And are they rich in Texas? They refer to Ali Khan as the sharecropper who married our Rita. Rita's husband, Ali Khan, was down in Texas, too. He's trying to strike a midget gusher that will produce baby oil. You know, sweet joke, huh? And they don't have house detectives in the hotels down there. Just a big fan of the transom. Remember, the eyes of Texas are upon you. And over the weekend, I saw the Notre Dame SMU football classic. There was a game. What weaving, bobbing, ducking, and squirming. Then just when I get under the fence, they made me go outside and buy a ticket. When I walked in the stadium, they really rolled out the red carpet. I was wearing my low-cut polo shirt, and they thought I was Princess Margaret. But what a game. It was so tense and exciting. During one play, I looked around at the spectators, and 3 camels were smoking doctors. What a battle. I can't describe how exciting it was, but there was a Chesterfield billboard that went into the stadium, and before the first quarter was over, Arthur Godfrey ran out of cigarettes. Most of the Texas boys are farmers, too, you know. In one play, the SMU quarterback put his hand down to the center to get the ball. The center grabbed his fingers, and before they could stop him, he got 3 quarts of milk. Notre Dame was driving down the field in one play when suddenly the captain said, "We better lose a few yards, fellas. We're too far ahead of Bill Stern." Bill Stern, that's the Laurence Olivier of the sports announcers. When SMU drove down to Notre Dame's goal line, he made it sound so dramatic that a posse rode in from Houston. They thought it was another attack on the Alamo. And in honor of my latest picture, there were signs all over Fort Worth saying, "The Great Lover is coming." When I got off the plane, somebody said, "Is that the Great Lover? I thought Alvin Barkley was a much younger man."
Say, friends, are you a bathtub baritone or a shower soprano? Because if you don't sing in a bathtub or whistle in the shower, you owe it to yourself to switch to Swan soap. For Swan's wonderful free sudsing action really makes you want to sing when you bathe. Out of sheer delight. Almost the minute it touches water, this miracle all-purpose floating soap churns up a mountain of suds that rinses away dirt and dust like magic, soothes your tender skin, and leaves you feeling as refreshed and relaxed as a soft breeze on a summer's day. No wonder mothers love to bathe baby in Swan suds. Mild, pure Swan is so gentle and safe, it's ideal for even delicate fabrics. And as for dishes, why, when free sudsing Swan goes into action in your dishpan, dirt and grime just seem to disappear. So switch to Swan today for all your washing chores. Remember, it's the newer, better white floating soap with that wonderful free sudsing action for face, hands, bath, and dishes.
Les Brown and his band, ladies and gentlemen. You know, Capitol Records has just released a platter of this number by Maggie Whiting and yours truly. And here now to give it the Swan touch is our Doris Day, ladies and gentlemen. Just a bungalow for two, so right for each other.
We won't need a view, we'll see one another.
No glamour around us,
but aren't you glad we found her? Lucky us. So we haven't got a maid, they're so interfering.
When we pull a shade, who's seeing, who's hearing?
2 candles aglow,
our happiness is showing. Gee, lucky us. If we had $1 million, we might want $1 billion and be uneasy on our throne.
But with love beside us, we're richer than Midas. Meet the royal family, Joan.
You know, I'll come home from work at night.
We'll kiss in the doorway.
Check, eyes so shiny bright to welcome me your way.
So happy,
so humble,
too much in love to grumble.
Lucky us. The rich pearly oysters who cluster in cloisters can never see beyond their rock.
You can't kiss a bank book and gold has a blank look. Who could live and love in Fort now?
But Al Jolson. You know, there'll be socks and things to mend.
I'll keep you in stitches.
Oh, that's a joke. Time is all we'll spend with us. Time is riches.
So happy
with all things because we have the small things. Gee, lucky us. Gee, lucky us.
Well, folks, we all know that Christmas shopping costs money. So before Bob started out with his list, he stopped in at the bank. We now find him talking to the manager.
Oh, I wouldn't take up your time like this, Mr. Brute, but I'm an old customer of the bank, and this is a very important matter.
Very well. Sit down, and I'll see that we're not disturbed. Miss Mullins, cancel my long-distance call to the Bank of England. Tell General Motors I'll be late for the conference, and call Harry at Blair House and tell him we'll have to discuss that $1 billion loan later. And see that I'm not disturbed. I have a very important meeting. Now, Mr. Hope, what is it you wish to see me about?
Well, your calendar came, and I don't like it.
Do you mean to tell me you interrupted my business day for that?
I don't like the calendar, that's all. I don't like it. Even my grocery store gives me one with a picture of a gorgeous petty girl in a negligee. Who wants to see Grandma Moses in a bare midriff?
Grandpa Moses. Now get out of here and don't bother me.
You get out with that egg, will you, please? Well, I'm almost up to the teller's window. It sure was a long way.
May I help you?
Yes. Are those real $1,000 bills?
That's right.
Gee, is that stack over there real $5,000 bills? And are those $10,000 bills?
Yes.
Gee, what beautiful money.
Would you mind stepping back, please? I'm going to close now, and I don't want to shut the window on your eyeballs.
Well, how do you like that guy shutting the window before I got a good look? But I can't get over that picture on the $10,000 bill. I can understand why Alexander Hamilton is on there, but why should he have his arm around Jack Benny? Well, I better go over to the department store. I have to meet Doris.
Oh, gee, Bob, this store is certainly crowded.
Yeah, but I'm enjoying it. This is an interesting counter. And here's a present that would be just perfect for Crosby. A money belt with little suspenders around it.
Bob, that's the lingerie department.
Well, I don't know about those things. I've never seen an unabridged Sears Roebuck catalog.
Have you seen these new personality dolls? They're made to look just like celebrities.
Yeah, I know. Have you seen this one of Margaret Truman? It's great. You just press a button and it leaves on a concert tour. And have you seen the one of me, Doris?
You?
Yes, since my latest picture, they brought out a great lover doll. You should see me as a little doll. I walk and talk and I even make love, just like in real life.
Honest?
Yeah, of course, you have to wind me up.
Yeah, just like in real life.
Doris, Jukebox Jenny. Come over here.
Yes, Bob.
Where did you get that joke?
I got it from Les Brown. Don't you think you should be a gag writer?
I don't know. Let's wait and see how they classify him at the unemployment office. But, Doris, let's go to the gift wrap counter and see if our...
Hello, Doris. Hello, Mr.
Well, Miss Ryan. Well, how are you? Did you see that?
Goodness, Mr. Hope, I've never been so upset in my whole life. I should never go out in crowds like this.
Well, you are a little frail for it.
Yes, I am. I should have known an accident would happen, and it did, too. The crowd pushed me, and I backed into one of those pneumatic suction tubes. The next thing I knew, the cashier was poking around in my mouth for loose change.
My, Miss Ryan, your hair certainly looks different.
Well, it ought to. I had to wait till they brought it back to me from the mezzanine. Have you finished your shopping, Mr. Hope?
Well, everything but my Aunt Alice's present. I was thinking of buying her a pair of stockings, but I don't know her size.
Well, her legs anything like mine?
No, hers go straight up and down.
That's cute. Oh, but I'm so
Little jazzy joke, that's cute. Yeah, all right.
I'm so happy, Mr. Hope. I bought all my gifts this year, and I still have enough money to buy a dress for myself.
Oh, how nice. Miss Ryan, why don't you spend the money for a formal, a strapless evening gown?
Oh, no. Strapless gowns on me are confusing.
They're confusing?
Yes. On me, you can't tell whether it's a skirt that crept up too high or a sweater that slid down too low.
Concord Boulevard beautiful, Bob?
Yeah, those Christmas trees really put you in the right mood. I'm really loaded with Christmas spirit.
Oh, Bob, look, there's a Santa Claus ringing his bell.
Yeah, Doris, let's stop and cheer him up. Hello, Santa. Merry Christmas.
What's merry about it, boy? My feet are killing me, and this California sunshine's giving me fog poisoning. I wish I was out in Beverly Hills. The Santa Clauses out there have suits made out of mink trimmed with ermine.
Well, where'd you get that suit you're wearing?
You'd be surprised what you can do with a bottle of ketchup and some long underwear. Oh, things are miserable. Merry Christmas, everybody. Saw something in the tambourine, boy.
You really need it, Santa?
You wouldn't believe it if you could see the broken down shack my wife and I live in.
Oh, sounds awful.
Oh, it is. The mice come in, take a look at us, and then send swan wrappers to care.
Well, gee, I feel sorry for you, Santa.
Oh, you ain't heard the half of it, boy. If we got thrown out of there, we wouldn't have any place to sleep at all if it wasn't for a friendly cab driver.
You mean you sleep right in...
Yeah. Fortunately, my wife has the kind of a head that fits right into the glove compartment. Merry Christmas, everybody. Saw something in the tambourine, boy.
Bob, I wouldn't give him anything. He sounds phony.
Yeah, why should I give you any money? How do I know it's a legitimate cause?
Oh, now you've hurt Santa's pride, boy. And I call you boy purely on speculation. All this money will be used honestly.
Bob, I'm sure he's not an authentic Kris Kringle.
You should have seen me a couple of weeks ago. The department store furnished me with a real live reindeer.
Well, where's the reindeer now?
Well, it disappeared. And you know something? The manager of the department store accused me of eating it. It was a preposterous accusation.
Well, did you deny it to the manager?
Oh, yes. And I think I would have convinced him of my innocence, but I was picking my teeth with the antlers at the time. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Swan wrappers from America mean soap for Europe's needy. Only 25 Care Swan days left. Send your Swan wrappers to Care, Boston 1, Massachusetts. And now we have a message from Rome, Italy. To hear from the Marchesa Maria Teodoli, national president of Goccia di Latte, an organization whose famous milk bars in Rome provide much-needed milk every morning of the year for over 3,000 undernourished Italian children. Ladies and gentlemen, Marchesa Teodoli.
I'm very grateful, Mr. Hope, for this chance to thank you and all our American friends for the generous gifts of swam soap you have been sending to our needy boys and girls through your great care organization. If you could just visit our country long enough to see with your own eyes the smiles of pleasure your soap brings to the faces of these youngsters, you would feel even more keenly what a wonderful job you are doing to help ease the tragic after effects of war. Unfortunately, this distressing soap shortage isn't confined to Italy alone. It is all over Europe. The need is desperate everywhere, so keep up your good work by all means and help make this Christmas a truly clean Christmas for every needy child in Europe. For doing that, I humbly thank all of you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you, Marchesa Teodoli. Yes, Swan wrappers from America mean soap for Europe's needy. Only 25 Care Swan days left. Send your Swan wrappers to Care, Boston 1, Massachusetts. You can collect Swan wrappers on your own or as a member of a group or organization. But man, woman, or child, whoever you are, wherever you may be, your help is needed. And your help, however small, will count, too. Because every 2 Swan wrappers you mail into Care means another bar of soap for the needy children of Europe. So don't delay. Send in your Swan wrappers now, and keep sending them in as fast as you can collect them to Care, Boston 1, Massachusetts. Remember, only 25 Care Swan days left.
Look, buddy, can't you read the sign? Nobody is allowed backstage here at NBC without a pass. You ain't got a pass, so you can't go in. Now get out of here, Mr.
Benny, Jack Benny.
Jack Benny. Hey, you're the guy that went over to the other network, huh?
Yes.
And now you come back here and you want to go inside. Boy, you got guts.
I've got a General Electric blanket, too.
Now, look, listen, Mr. Benny, I really can't let you in without a pass. Mr. Hope will be through with this broadcast in a few minutes. Why don't you have a seat and wait?
Well, thank you. All right. Dum 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 dum. LSMFT. Dum 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 dum. Gosh, being back here at NBC gives me such a nostalgic feeling. It's almost like coming home. I had so many wonderful times here. Gee, I wish they could afford me. Well, the old place hasn't changed a bit. I used to sit in this very same seat and wait for Mary. I used to walk through that door every Sunday. And look, there's a payphone I used to call home after each broadcast. I wonder... My spring is still here, but somebody took the nickel. Yeah, I wonder... Oh, here comes Hope down the hall. My, how he's aged. Look at those bags under his eyes. He looks like a young Fred Allen. No, he looks more like an old Fred Allen. What's the difference? Even a young Fred Allen looks like an old Fred Allen. Just can't get over how awful Bob looks. Huh?
Hey, Mr. Hope, there's somebody here to see you.
There is?
Oh, Jack Benny.
Oh, how are you, Bob? Gee, you look wonderful.
Jack, why didn't you come backstage to see me?
Well, I wanted to, Bob, but this man behind the desk wouldn't let me through.
I couldn't let him through, Mr. Hope. He didn't have a pass.
Oh, he just sore because I went over to CBS.
You shouldn't have said that word, Jack. Now we'll all be on bread and water for 30 days. Say, look, Charlie, anytime Mr. Benny wants to see me, he doesn't need a pass. I was just doing my job, Mr. Hope. You know the stumble bums we get backstage here. How do I know he just wasn't trying to peddle Christmas cards? Oh, the very idea. Jack Benny peddling Christmas cards. Isn't that ridiculous? Tell him, Jack. Well, go ahead, Jack. Tell him. Okay, I'll take a half a dozen green ones.
Thank you. And, Bob, if you want to buy any of those rubber circus animals, be sure to give me a call. Rochester's at home blowing them up right now.
Well, let's not talk here, Jack. Come on back to my dressing room.
Okay.
Well, make yourself comfortable, Jack.
Fine, I'll just sit in this chair here.
Oh, now, wait a minute. I always sit in that chair.
But I'm sitting in it.
All right, you face the mirror. Can I get you something, Jack? A cigarette?
No, thanks. I just finished one.
Cup of coffee?
Coffee? Gee, it's been weeks since I had a cup.
Well, why? On account of the high prices?
No. Well, it's not that, Bob.
All right, then have a cup.
Oh, how much?
It's free, Jack. And after you're through, I'll wrap up the grounds for you to take home. They'll be delicious with your Saratan. Well, tell me, Jack, what did you want to see me about?
Well, I don't even like to bring this up, Bob, because it's probably an oversight on your part, but your new picture, The Great Lover, is doing so well, and since I was in the picture and more or less contributed to its success, don't you think it's only fair that you, that is, well, I mean...
what are you trying to say, Jack?
Toss something in the tambourine, boy. Well, what do you mean?
Well, after all, when you called me in to appear in your picture, I thought there was money involved.
Well, there was. You cost Paramount thousands. Remember that week we had to stop shooting so you could go up to Fresno and pick up a few bucks during the grape crushing season?
Well, 30 cents an hour is nothing to sneeze at, you know.
No, and with that stain on your feet, you won't have to buy socks for a year.
There's a nice line for a guest star.
You played it well.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Bless you.
I can't think of another word.
I can, but you can't do it. Now, come on.
Hey, go pretty low to top that. What do you say?
Get out of Stromboli. Either give me a joke pretty soon or give me my money, will you?
Oh, forget it, Jack.
Forget it. A man my age has to start thinking about money. After all, when you get to be 39, you know, your earning power is cut down a bit.
How old are you?
39. Going on 38.
Oh, that's what I like about you, Jack. You don't keep changing your age. You get one you like and stick to it.
Yeah. Well, Bob, I hate to compromise, but if you'll pay me the money, I'll play one of the songs from your picture on my show next week.
Well, which one?
Well, how about 1,000 violins? I've been practicing it.
You have?
Yes, I have my violin right here. I'll show you. Let me get it out.
Jack, is that a tin cup in your case?
Yes, I keep my rosin in it. And get your foot off that dime.
Okay, let's hear you play 1,000 violins.
Okay. Just want to warm up a little bit. I got so much talent it scares me, you know?
Scares me, too. Okay, anytime, Evelyn.
How do you like it so far, Bob?
Sounds like something the mule train left behind.
You know, he's right. I'm a jackass for coming over here.
You played it well. Now, wait a minute. That's not in the song. That's not in the song. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute!
What do you say, Bob? Do I get the money?
Jack, stop talking about the money. Tell you what I'll do. I'll put it in the bank for you. It'll accumulate interest, and someday you'll have a nice nest egg.
A nest egg? Look, great lover, I'm a working man, not an Easter bunny. Bob, I was depending on that money to buy Christmas presents.
Really?
Yes, I was just making up my list. I have to get presents for Mary and her father and mother, her sister Babe and her brother, and something for Dennis and Phil and Don and Rochester.
Well, gee, how much do you need?
Give me $5 and we'll call it.
All thanks for the memories. That's enough, huh? I want to thank Jack Bennett very much, and also Lucky Strike. Thanks, Jack, for the memory of a swell evening. And I want to say thanks to that big-hearted state of Texas and that Titanic Texan, Monty Moncrief and Eamon Carter, for the memory of the big Milk Fund show in Fort Worth last week. And thanks to Notre Dame and Southern Methodist for the memory of that All-American thriller in the Cotton Bowl. Brother, that one made history. In fact, the Lone Star State is now rewriting a history book to read Remember the Alamo and Never Forget SMU versus Notre Dame. It was one of the greatest exhibitions of college spirit of this or any year. And another wonderful example of college spirit is the Living War Memorial Fund of the University of Southern California. You know, each year on the Trojan campus, an organization of student veterans, Trovets they're called, put on a drive to raise funds for scholarships for the children of their buddies who didn't come back. Good luck, Trovets. Believe me, no touchdown drive can ever equal yours. Good night, folks. Let's get those Christmas packages in the mail early. Let's give our pal the mailman a break. Don't break his back. Good night.
Are you that
that girl everyone's raving about.
She's found her own rave number on the dial-a-wave chart. Now she's my number one rave. She's my sweet, sweetheart.
Rave and only Rave Home Permanent brings you the easy-to-use dial-a-wave chart to end guesswork in home waving. A flick of your finger and there's your rave number, your personal guide to the perfect wave for your kind of hair. So fast, yet so sure, Rave Home Permanent gives you exactly the amount of curl you want. Long-lasting, yet more natural from the very first day.
Coming up, it's Fibber, McGee, and Molly on NBC.
Bob Hope will make you laugh every day in the Los Angeles Examiner.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. How do you do? This is Bob, finishing his second week at the Paramount Hope, telling you the returns at the box office were fat. I expected to dine at the Stork Club like an aristocrat, but the income tax man came with a bat and held out his hat. Tell me, which way is the automat? Yes, sir, I've been at the Paramount 2 weeks now, doing 6 shows a day. In fact, I've been in that hot spotlight so long, the Wilson Ham Company comes over every hour to base me. It's been real wonderful. I'm living at the Waldorf, you know. I'm not living, I'm stopping there for my stationery. I'm living at the Mills Hotel. But it's been great here in New York. After tonight, I go on tour again. I'll be in Syracuse the 15th, Cincinnati the 16th, Owensboro, Kentucky the 17th, St. Louis the 18th, Kansas City the 19th, and Denver the 20th. I haven't got a joke here, but the tax department made me throw those in so they can keep track of me. Income tax time. Yes, sir, income tax. That's government talk for put something in the pot, boy. And it's awful the way the government doesn't trust people. I had 3 dates with a blonde cashier of the Paramount Theater. Then I discovered she was Secretary Snyder in a wig. But the new tax forms are very simple. There's only 3 brackets this year. Low, medium, and reach, brother. Down to the income tax office yesterday with Jane Russell. I didn't want him watching my form too closely. I tried to help Jane Russell with her income tax, but all I got was a scolding. I don't know what she was so snooty about. It says right on the form, withholding. I gotta be careful, though. She's married to Bob Waterfield, you know, the all-pro football player. And I don't want to get drop-kicked over the Empire State Building. Crosby and his son Gary are having a little trouble with their income tax. They're tossing to decide who will declare who as a dependent. And Sinatra had a lot of trouble with his income tax. The collector disputed one item Frankie had down, living expenses. Sinatra not only mails in his tax return, he rides along in the envelope to argue. And Arthur Godfrey is so loaded the government doesn't collect from him in the usual way. President Truman just sends Bess over with a market basket. And everybody's afraid they won't have any money left when they die, but Jack Benny discovered a way to take it with him. He had his appendix taken out and a piggy bank put in.
Enlighten a mere man, Doris. What's this new hairstyle you hear so much talk about?
It's a short story, Hi. The close-cropped head is the thing right now, and the girls are wondering whether it's going to last.
Well, we're not going back to the old shingle bob, are we?
Oh, heavens, no. It can be done...
Doris Day back in her radio days.
Carefully shaped to the head with soft, flat waves. The windblown look is out.
Oh, I see what you mean, Doris. Sleek is the word for it.
Yes, sleek and well-groomed. A girl has to spend more time brushing her hair these days. And more than ever, she has to be sure her complexion is nice.
Well, if it's a lovely Lux complexion, Doris.
She needn't worry. Regular beauty facials with Lux toilet soap give skin just the care it needs to look fresh and appealing.
These beauty facials really work, don't they? In recent tests by skin specialists, actually 3 out of 4 complexions improved in a short time.
I find Daily Lux Soap Care makes my skin softer and smoother. You work the creamy lather in well, rinse and pat with a towel to dry. It's a care I'd recommend to any girl.
Doris, that means a whole lot. A lovely screen star can't take chances with complexion care. That's why fragrant white Lux toilet soap is Hollywood's own beauty soap. So why not see what these gentle Lux Soap facials can do for you? Remember, 9 out of 10 screen stars use Lux toilet soap.
Tonight I heard the wild goose cry, winging off in the lonely sky. Tried to sleep, but it wasn't no use, 'cause I'm a brother to the old wild goose.
Those new Studebakers scare me. Yes, I am the wild goose boy. No matter where I am or what I'm doing, when I hear the cry of the wild goose, I must follow. I've had romances all over the world. There was Olga in Sweden, Sonia in Russia, Katrina in Holland, Fifi in France, and Sam in England. Boy, was it foggy that night. But I left them all to follow the cry of the wild goose. I remember the day the wild goose lured me to the far north. I was mushing across the frozen wasteland on my dog sled. Get up, Rex. Get up, Yukon. Get up, Whitey. Get up, Prince. That'll teach you to ad-lib. I'm the star here now. Come on, mush. Mush. Oh, I forgot. Wheaties. Thank you, Jack Strongheart, All-American Dog. Thank you. Yeah, I traveled all day through the icy wilderness, and tonight I came across a lonely igloo with a sign outside, Hudson Bay Trading Post. I knocked on the door, and as it opened, I asked, "Is this the Hudson Bay Trading Post?"
Yes, step down into it.
This is the Hudson Bay Trading Post. That's about all we can do with that, I guess, huh?
It's Eskimo custom. When boy and girl meet, must rub noses.
Well, if you insist. What's the matter?
First time ever been so close to nose, so far from man. My name Nakapua. That Eskimo for flower of the north. What your name?
Robert.
Robert? That's not right for you. I give you Eskimo name. I call you Kini Namba Igma Haynak Pugu Tuma Fuku.
Gee, thanks. What does that mean?
Blubber.
Wait a minute now.
Oh, no, get mad. Make yourself at home. Almost time for dinner.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't stay long. I have to leave when I hear the cry of the wild goose.
Oh, no go yet. Sit down here in igloo. Me like you.
You do? You know what a kiss is, don't you?
Oh, no. Me never been out of front yard.
Well, it's easy. All you have to do is pucker your lips and then... You've never been out of your front yard?
No.
How long ago did Admiral Byrd go through here? Oops, there's the cry of the wild goose. Sounds like Petrillo with a sinus condition. Farewell, Nakapua. I must leave.
Oh, but why do you have to go?
My heart knows what the way must go where the wild goose goes. Wild goose, brother goose, which is best? A wandering foot or a heart at rest?
Again, I followed the wild goose. This time it went south to Savannah, Georgia. And there on the porch of an old plantation, I found romance again. As I stood there on the steps, a lovely southern maiden walked toward me. I could tell she was a true daughter of Dixie.
Are you a Southerner? My aunt has forbidden me to speak to anyone but Southerners.
Am I a Southerner? Will chip my chitlins and hock my ham. Ma'am, I'm Robert Beauregard Hope.
I just adore the little old way you say those little old things, you little old.
Anyone for Sarah Tan?
Somebody calling me.
Oh, Robert, it's my auntie. She must be here to chaperone you.
Doorbell, I see we have company.
Yes, auntie. This is Robert Beauregard Hope. Robert, this is Antihistamine.
Antihistamine? How'd y'all get a name like that?
Mother was expecting a cold.
Gesundheit.
I'm here to chaperone y'all, so I'll just sit here with my knitting. And you two little old darlings can go ahead as if I'm not even here.
Oh, that's mighty fine, mighty fine. That's mighty fine of you. Antihistamine. Doorbell, how about a...
Oh, I'll never forget when I was engaged to Colonel Beaumont, the famous Kentucky colonel.
Oh, really?
Yes, but we had to call the marriage off. We were incompatible.
How come?
Well, he was bow-legged and I was knock-kneed. Every time we danced together, they had to untangle us with a crowbar.
Doorbell, how about a...
Ma, that colonel was a romantic one. He used to take me in his arms, hold me close, and whisper in my ear.
Doorbell, how about a...
Wouldn't you like to hear what he whispered in my ear?
All right, Auntie, I'd like to hear what he whispered in your ear.
So would I. It must have been wonderful. It blew out the fuse on my hearing aid.
Ladies and gentlemen, once upon a time, I was unlucky enough to be out of work on Broadway. Since that time, I've always been willing to help any unemployed actor, and here he is, Fred Allen.
Thank you, everybody, and thank you, Mr. Hope.
Well, it's nice to have you back with us, and man, are you looking great, Fred. Where'd you get that tan? Bermuda? Sun Valley? Palm Springs?
No.
Miami Beach?
No, Bob. They just put a sun lamp in the unemployment office.
I'll tell you, you don't have to worry about the unemployment office this week, Fred. I got your check right here.
No, Bob, please. Now, do me a favor. Skip the check. Tear it up.
No, Fred, I insist.
No,
I paid
Bob.
you the last time you were on my show, and I'll pay you this time. You can use the money.
Well, I know that, Bob, but that's what I'm trying to tell you. The last time you paid me, I couldn't collect my unemployment check. I lost $5 on the deal. And you have no sun lamp on the program either. I'm apt to pale during the half hour.
Look at me, much. Well, look, Fred, you were on my show 4 weeks ago back in California. I thought you were going to stay out there.
Me stay in California, Bob?
Yes, you were beginning to look healthy.
Well, I don't know. I still have these bags under my eyes here.
Yes, but now they're full of orange juice. I tell you, we've got a healthful climate out there.
Well, it didn't help me any, Bob. I actually, you may not believe this, I lost weight out there.
No.
Now, you may think I'm rugged at first glance, you know, but when I take off this Superman tweed, I am so skinny underneath, when I take a bath, I have to starch my ears to keep from going down the drain.
That's what I can't understand, but it's funny. You're skinny, and yet you have a pot.
Well, Bob, every man, as you will learn in later life, every man my age has a pot. Bob.
Yeah, but your cover doesn't fit. What have you got against California?
Well, everything out there is so phony, Bob.
Phony, Fred. Don't exaggerate.
Now, it's the
Please,
truth.
I've got to go back. Now, stop this, will you?
It's not exaggeration. It's the truth, Bob. For example, there aren't any real trees out there at all. The birds haven't got any place to sit down. In California, Bob, if you are tall and wearing a green suit, you have got to keep moving.
exaggerating.
No, I'm not honest about it. Look, Gary Cooper stood still too long one day, and a squirrel shoved 2 acorns up his nose. In the one nostril.
Quite a tour up Gary Cooper, too. You know, Fred, you may be right about those trees. I never see any birds' nests out there, come to think of it.
Well, that isn't the reason you don't see any birds' nests, Bob. Jack Benny steals them all.
Jack steals birds' nests?
He puts sideburns on them and uses them for toupees. In fact, that is not a part that you see in his hair. It's a worm that a careless sparrow adopted. He has a limp part in his hair, if you know.
That explains it. I wonder why the last time I saw Jack, his eyebrows were molting.
Oh, they do.
But, gee, Fred, you shouldn't knock him like that. He told me he's known you since he was a kid.
Oh, Jack never was a kid, Bob. Not many people know this, but Benny wasn't born.
Wasn't born?
Oh, no. This is a secret, but it all happened down at the automat. His mother put in a nickel for some
Which one are you working on, honey? No? She's still working on the part in the hair, I think.
No, Jack wasn't born. It all happened down at the automat. His mother put in a nickel for some Van Camp's pork and beans, and out came Benny playing Love and Bloom on a salami. Well, enough about the Beverly Hills rag mop, Bob.
So you really love it here in New York, don't you?
Yes, Bob, I'm happy. Happy to be back in little old Manhattan.
Well, what have you been doing since you came back? Have you had any television offers?
Frankly, I'm not interested in any offers at the moment, Bob. I just want to relax for a while.
I've been thinking about it, too. It would be nice to do something easy in radio. You know, the kind of a show Arthur Godfrey does.
Arthur Godfrey, you say?
Look, he takes it so easy, Fred, he doesn't even go to the studio to do that show. He broadcasts from his home.
From his home?
Sure. When he's saying, "Good morning, everybody. I'm glad to see everyone so full of vitality to fight life's battles," he's still in bed.
Well, then where does that applause come from?
Oh, it just sounds like applause. Godfrey is shaking the wrinkles out of his nightgown.
Well, there's no getting away from it, Bob. There's no escaping it. Arthur has sure struck it rich.
Yeah, I wonder what it would be like if I worked like Godfrey.
Oh, don't be silly, Bob.
Wouldn't be very hard. Stand by, Fred, and I'll give you my impression of Arthur Godfrey.
It's time again for your Talent Scout show. And here's your genial master of ceremonies, Arthur Hopefree.
Hello there, friends and neighbors. This is your old friend Arthur Hopefree with another Talent Scout show. Before we meet our guests, I'd like to tell you that the first 5 seconds of my program is sponsored by Tipton's Tea Bag. The tea bag that really floats around in your cup. There's a reason for that. Inside every tea bag, there's a Chinese girl with an outboard motor. So remember, ask your grocer for genuine Tipton's tea, the tea that has all America drinking coffee. Just a minute. Yes, folks, this is your little boy Arthur coming your way again. But first, I want to tell you my sponsors on tonight's program are Fink's Flea Powder, Comfy Mattresses, Snodgrass's Shampoo, Strong Heart Dog Food, Dutch Boy Paint, Dutch Girl Paint, Bazooka Bubblegum, Humpledinger's Home Permanent. Oh, why go on? Just go out and buy anything.
I'm right here, Mr. Hopefree.
Honey Boy Allen.
It's a real privilege meeting you, Mr. Hopefree.
Oh, thank you.
I listen to your radio program all the time, and I buy them by the carton.
Cigarettes?
No, aspirin.
See, and what's your name, son?
Well, I'm Alan. You've heard of Victor Moan the Moan, Frankie Lane the Throb, and Jack Smith the Quiver?
Yes?
I am Freddie the Twitch. Put another nickel in, and the Nickelodeon wall. You clapped me there.
Well, there's nothing unusual about your act, Alan.
Are you kidding, sir? I'll be great for television. I've got a new thing where I act out the song I'm singing.
Act out the song?
Yes. Now, for instance, if I'm singing The Old Master Painter, I draw a picture at the same time. When I sing It's Later Than You Think, I wind the clock. But my greatest number is There's a Bluebird on My Windowsill.
You mean?
I take a bath in a saucer. Are you ready, Mr. Hope?
I'm ready. Where am I going?
Okay. Well, here goes. All I want is loving you and music, music, music.
Sounds like the mating call of a Staten Island ferry. I know what's wrong with your act. You need a harmony singer. I'm a natural-born harmony singer, so I'll team up with you. Let's see what it'll sound like. Hit it.
Put another nickel in the Nickelodeon. All I want is loving you and music, music, music. Say, pardon me, is that short nose or have I misplaced my pick? Is that... You shot him. Who was he?
The sponsor.
Arthur, you shoot sponsors on your program?
Yeah, I like to thin them out once in a while.
This should happen to me. Put another nickel in the
Thanks for the memory. Thank you, Fred Allen. Ladies and gentlemen, we've had a wonderful 2 weeks at the New York Paramount. The only tough thing about our 2 great weeks at the Paramount have made us miss the Orange Festival at San Bernardino, California. And, brother, there's a show no Westerner should miss. That's the Orange Festival at San Bernardino, a colorful and thrilling event. Tonight, we board one of United Airlines' DC-6s for shows Wednesday in Syracuse, Thursday in Cincinnati, Friday in Owensboro, Kentucky, that is, Saturday in St. Louis, Sunday in Kansas City, Monday in Denver, and then home to, you should pardon the expression, sunny California. Next Tuesday from Hollywood, our guest will be the Bat Boy of the Pittsburgh Pirates, the money belt that sings, My Father, Mr. Crosby. Bing Boy will be out from the ether by that time, and that's all for now. And how about it? Is everybody given to the Red Cross? And for the lowdown on Chicago, take a peek at Jack Late and Lee Mortimer's Chicago Confidential. Good night, folks.
Spry's a new Spry, better than ever Spry. You'll be a better cook when you use Spry.
That's absolutely right. I'd hate to count the cake failures in my past. But that was before I discovered Spry. Now my cakes are always so high and light, so fine-textured and delicious.
That statement was made by Mrs. William Callahan, 928 Cherokee, St. Paul, Minnesota. And Jenny can make you a better cook, too. Just follow her 2 easy steps. 1, use her tested methods and recipes. And 2, use new Spry. For baking cakes, this surefire combination guarantees cookbook results. Use new Spry with Aunt Jenny's 1-bowl cake-making method, and you'll always turn out cakes that are higher and lighter, so fine and delicious you'll be amazed. Look for Aunt Jenny's cake recipes on Spry labels. Get new Spry tomorrow and see for yourself. You'll be a better cook.
Lever Brothers Company has brought you the Bob Hope Show, transcribed from New York and Hollywood.
The Bob Hope Show. And now, here is Bob Hope.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, sir. It's always a pleasure to be back in town and do a show for you folks. Hollywood audiences are so fast. No kidding. One almost caught me yesterday. I do so few shows here, I had trouble getting into NBC tonight at the artist entrance. I said to the man on the door, but don't you recognize me? Look at my nose. And he said, if you can't fight, why do you get into arguments? But an exciting news item right now, you can now buy almost anything with just a small down payment. It'll mean more TV sets. Of course, Hollywood already has a terrific number of television sets. In fact, we have so many antennas that the smog is coming in shredded. There's so many TV antennas in California that they're interfering with the birds. This year, the only way the swallows could get back to Capistrano was to join the Automobile Club. Television is now America's favorite indoor sport. But I think the very last word in television is in the kitchen. They have it, you know. It's a combination television set and garbage disposal. If you don't like the programs, you press a button and start grinding ham bones. My stills are back there. But you know, television programs also have an effect on the education of children. There's a whole generation of kids that'll grow up believing that Washington crossed the Delaware because he needed another box of Ajax, the foaming cleanser. Of course, when I was a kid, we didn't have television. The only wrestling we saw was when we hid behind the couch. They've already tried teaching on TV as an experiment, but it didn't work out. When one little boy came to school the next day, the teacher said, "What did you learn, Tommy?" And he bowed and kissed her hand and gave her a lit cigarette. And the latest medical sensation is surgery on television. Imagine having your appendix out, then seeing it a year later. And you know how people always say, "Let me show you my operation." Now they get a channel and bring it right into your living room. Just as the surgeon prepared to remove the liver, the patient sat up and said, "But doctor, it's my tonsils." And the doctor said, "I know, but I'm trying to get a sponsor." Thank you very much.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, these are busy days in Hollywood. Among other productions, a Crosby Lamour Hope picture is in preparation. Right now it's early morning on the lot, and Bob is in his dressing room waiting for his makeup man.
Oh, boy. Just getting up at 6 in the morning is murder. I was better off back in Cleveland. There I got to sleep until 7. Of course, I was working in a butcher shop. I had to get there before anybody else and change the lamb chops from their pajamas into their panties. Oh, well, it's a living. Come in.
Morning, Mr. Hope.
Oh, good morning, Fred.
If you'll sit in your chair, Mr. Hope, I'll start putting on your makeup.
Okay. My, you're certainly cheerful this morning.
Well, I like to work on your face.
Why?
It's such a challenge.
What do you mean?
Acres and acres of flab, and it's all mine.
You read that line so nice. All right, Fred, just do it, huh?
Well, you can't blame me for being excited. Working on you is one job where I feel like a witch doctor. Here I am with my little makeup kit struggling to undo something Mother Nature did in a nasty mood.
All right, Fred, let's not do a whole bit here. Just smear, huh?
Very well. First, let's get this cold cream on your neck. Whoops!
What's the matter?
I got my finger caught in a wrinkle. Now we'll just let that set for a minute, and while we're waiting, I'll just pluck your eyebrows.
Okay, take it easy, though.
Oh, this won't hurt a bit. Here we go. 1. Here's another one. Ooh, here's a doozer. This is a stubborn little one. I got it.
Oh, swell. If I ever need an extra eye now, there's a hole for it.
Well, let's see now. I think we're ready for the makeup now.
Well, I want to talk to you about that, Fred. What was that stuff you put on my face yesterday?
Oh, that's something new. And I know it's going to be wonderful for your face.
Why?
It's the same stuff they're using to pave the Hollywood freeway.
Look, Fred, let's get this thing over with, huh?
All right. I'll just put some of this powder on you. Put this towel around your head, and we'll just put this chin strap under your face. There.
Anybody here? Oh, hello, Fred.
Oh, hello, Miss Lamour.
Hey, Dottie, come on over here.
Who is it?
Who is it? Don't you recognize me? No, it's me, Dottie. Wait till I get this stuff off.
Oh, that's better.
You all set to go to work?
Uh-huh. Gee, Bob, it's just like old times doing a road picture with you and Bing.
Yeah, remember the first one? Boy, was I green. I kept messing up one scene, and I had to kiss you 500 times.
Yeah, then I turned green.
Go on, you loved every minute of it.
Well, I must admit that I've kissed a lot of leading men in pictures, but there's something about your lips that's different.
My tailor pads them for me. I've got the only tweed pucker in town.
You know, Bob, you've matured. You're really working hard on this picture.
Well, that's because of I knew I was working on my tweed pucker. Did you? I have a tweed pucker and a plaid head. Well, that's because of my new financial deal with Paramount. It's just wonderful.
Really?
Yes, rather than working on a straight salary, I'm paid on a cost-plus deferment basis, which is figured on a fiduciary arrangement over $1 million with the exhibitors cut east of the Rockies, which is included in the general corporation setup.
Oh, what does that come to?
About $25 a week.
Why don't you go to the unemployment office and cut out the middleman?
You know, Dottie, I'm glad you stopped by. There's something I want to talk to you about.
What's that?
Well, how shall I start? Well, let me put it this way. You, Bing, and I are making a picture. Now, let's evaluate the three of us.
All right.
Now, you're attractive, a good actress, and as for me, my looks and my acting ability, well, gee, I hate to say it.
But you will.
Well, I like to be honest.
Bob, what are you driving at?
Well, it's about Bing.
Well, what about him?
Well, Dottie, you know how it is in Hollywood. Some actors fade away, some disappear, some aren't as strong as they used to be. With Bing, it's different.
Different?
Yes, with him, rigor mortis is set in.
Stop exaggerating.
Who's exaggerating? After we finish the scene, they put him back in the icebox so he won't fall apart.
Don't be silly. Bing's still wonderful.
Of course he is, but when you stack him up against us, I mean, why should he injure our brilliant careers?
I don't understand.
Well, after our last road picture, Paramount got a letter that said, Hope and Lamour were fine, but why did they need their grandmother in the picture?
Bob, are you sure that's what the letter said?
Well, I ought to be able to read my own writing. Now, here's what I had in mind. We got to protect this picture.
Oh, Bob.
Really, whenever we're shooting a scene, we got to hide Bing from the camera.
How can we do that?
Well, you could stand in front of him.
I will not.
All right, then I'll stand in front of him.
That'll hide everybody. Bob, I'm really surprised at you. After all, you and Bing have been friends for a long time.
Oh, please.
And he's done a lot for you.
Old hydromatic hips? What did he ever do for me?
Lots of things. Why, when you first came to Hollywood, you didn't know anybody. You couldn't get work. You were sick.
That's true. I almost froze to death posing for a calendar.
You were alone, friendless. You were like a little bird. And Crosby took you under his wing.
Well, that was nice, but he tried to sit on me and hatch me.
Bob, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, dreaming up a little plot like this.
Well, maybe you're right. It wasn't fair of me to think only of us. I take it all back. I wouldn't really do anything to hurt Bing anyway.
Well, that's better.
Hello? Yeah, this is Bob Hope. It's the production department, Daddy.
Oh?
What? He did? Why, he can't do that. Oh, he did, huh? Well, he hasn't heard the last of this.
Bob, what's the matter?
Crosby called to say he won't be in today. There'll be no shooting.
Why?
He's going to play golf instead. Why, the nerve of that monster. Did you ever see him play golf? It takes him all day just to play 9 holes. Every time he takes a step, he trips over his hearing aid.
Gee, he might have given us a little notice.
Well, that's the way he does things. He doesn't tell anybody. That's the way he foreclosed the mortgage on my house. Ooh, I'll fix him for this. I'll get somebody to replace him and have Paramount throw him out of the picture.
Who are you going to get to replace him?
Well, I'll get somebody. When I get through, he'd be sorry he did this. He'd be right back where he started from, on a milk truck.
You mean Bain drove a milk truck?
No, he pulled it.
Here, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to meet a gal we've had the pleasure of working with several times this season. And here she is with Be Anything, Miss Peggy Lee.
Be a beggar, be a thief, be my sunshine or my grief, be anything, but darling, be mine. Treat me tender or be cruel. Be anything, but darling, be mine. Climb to the top of the ladder. Be master of all you survey. Fail, and it still doesn't matter. If you love me, everything is okay. Be the angel of my prayer. Be the devil who cares. Be anything, but darling, be mine. Be mine. Be
Wonderful, Peggy.
And thank you, Bob, for that lovely introduction.
Yeah? Well, there's something I'd like to add.
What's that?
Les, may we have a big fanfare, please? Les, that was a fanfare? It was more like my paycheck after they take out the withholding tax. We were just going to do a few scenes from our earlier shows this year. For instance, down in Corpus Christi, Texas, we did a show for the boys at the Naval Air Station, and I played the part of a cruel, vicious sea captain.
Steady as she goes, helmsman, and look sharp. Captain Bligh is headed toward the bridge.
Mr. Christian?
Aye, aye, sir.
Mr. Christian, heave-ho your topside, mizzen up your spinnaker, jib your boom, and lay your forecastle.
What does that mean, sir?
I don't know. I'm mad with power.
Are you taking over, Captain?
Indeed, Mr. Christian. Bring me up to date. What progress have we made since this good ship left home?
Well, I have the log right here, sir. The first day we traveled 6 inches. The second day, 1.5 feet. The third day, 2 feet.
Not very good, is it?
No, sir.
Well, we'll go a lot faster once we get to the water. Mr. Christian, I run me ship as I please.
Sir, I'm duty-bound to tell you that I consider you the cruelest, most vicious, black-hearted, sadistic monster on the 7 seas.
Thank you. Mr. Christian, what's this? The men are approaching the bridge. They have weapons.
It's mutiny, sir. I warned you. Now your time has come.
No, no.
You may have your choice, Captain Bligh. Hang by a rope from a yard arm or be cast adrift in a dinghy.
No, not that. I don't know a thingy about a dinghy.
Very well, then. It's the rope. And here it is.
Just a moment. I'm not afraid to die. But grant me one request so that I may die as an Englishman and a gentleman.
What is your request?
When you put that rope around my neck...
Yes?
Please tie a Windsor knot. And some months ago, we were at Camp Pendleton for the Men of the Marines. We did a cute little sketch with a Scottish background.
Hector. Isn't it wonderful out here?
Oh, aye. Tis a brablich, moonlich, nicht to nicht. It's fun to say, and the dew is good for the heather, you know. Look, Jerry, I got a surprise for you. I brought you some candy.
Oh, Hector, you're too good to me.
Here it is.
Thank you. I've never seen candy exactly like this before. I couldn't stop it.
You're winding it up.
What kind is it?
Oh, that are called lifesavers. I'll bring you another one from the package tomorrow night. Ah, Annie, it's nice to be with you. Someday, when I'm a famous musician, we'll get married.
Cantor, where are you?
Oh, his father. He'd better not find me here with you.
Where are you, daughter?
I'm over here in the rye field, Father, trying to track down one of our lost sheep.
Well, he shouldn't be hard to find. I see some footprints here. It's the only sheep in the field wearing army shoes. I thought so. Who is this bum?
No, Father.
I'm not a boom. I'm a boom. I'm a very accomplished musician, and someday I'll be very rich. Bah. I will. I just finished writing a wonderful song, and your daughter was the inspiration for it. I'll sing it to you. Listen. If a body meet a body coming through the rye, if a body miss a body, need a body.
Didn't miss that body, did I?
Say, I can remember another show we did. It was the Los Alamitas. And we did our version of the great motion picture, Death of a Salesman. My name is Willie Loman. I'm a salesman. Been a salesman for almost 40 years. I've sold everything in my time, but right now I'm selling garbage disposal units. And I'm good at it. The president of the company said I had the best head for garbage disposal he ever saw. But don't get the wrong idea. It ain't no fun being a salesman. All day long you stick your foot in the door and people slam it on you. Happened to me so many times I don't wear shoes, I wear door stops. Yeah, selling's my life, but I got a funny feeling something's going to happen. The boss of the company has called me into his office.
Sit down, Willie.
Yes, sir.
Willie, you've been with this company for 40 years.
That's right, sir.
Willie, it's a feeling up in the front office that you're slippy.
I'm not.
How about your last trip? You were in Wyoming, supposed to be selling swivel chairs.
Well, it's hard to sell swivel chairs out in the cow country. I got a cow to sit down on one, but her aim was bad and she missed the bucket. Are you trying to tell me I'm through?
Afraid so, Willie. I'm going to have to give you your notice.
Oh, but you can't do this to me. I got a wife and family. I need the money. I'll do anything. I don't have to be a salesman. I'll be your office boy. I'll scrub the floors.
We have an old woman for that.
Let me scrub the old woman.
I'm sorry, Willie. We can't carry you. You're fired.
That's gratitude. 40 years with the company. 40 years of being a traveling salesman. I should have got that other job when I had the chance.
What other job?
Being a farmer's daughter.
be a farmer's daughter. You're not a girl.
What do them farmers know? They only feed the whole world and elect presidents. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the number called Wing Ding, and I've asked Miss Peggy Lee to join me here tonight. Let's do it. Go.
Howdy, stranger. Anything I can do for you?
Yeah. Scratch my back.
Is that all?
No, one other little thing. Let's get a little life in this joint.
Okay, stranger. If that's the way you want it. Hold it, Jeff. Sam, bring out the dancing girl. I'm shouting, I'm singing. Tonight I'll do some flinging. Time to start the show.
I'm laughing, I'm humming, because I know what's coming. Things have been too slow, and now we'll make them go.
What a night for a wing-ding. My baby's more than willing to make the evening thrilling.
Things are right for a wing-ding, and I can tell you, you can count on me. Hug up the maid I'm dating, waiting patiently.
I figure I'll be on the spree.
I'm for her.
I figure he's for me.
Tonight'll be a beauty. Hip-de-hooty, what a time to be tingling. I'll soon be flying higher than a kite. Because tonight's my night to have a wing-ding. There'll be real fine doings tonight. I got the maid I'm dating, waiting patiently.
I'm booting up to loosen up and have a spree. I'm for him.
I figure she's for me.
Tonight'll be a beauty. Hip-de-hooty, what a time
to be tingling.
I'll soon be flying higher than a kite. Because tonight's my night to have a wing-ding.
There'll be real fine doings. We'll leave the town in ruins. You and I do it tonight.
Show's over, stranger. How'd you like it?
Oh, fine. Now, is there anything I can do for you?
Yeah. Scratch my back.
The Bob Hope Show is brought to you through the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
Show, transcribed direct from Hollywood with Les Brown and his band of renown. Our singing star, Margaret Whiting. Our special guest, Zsa Zsa Gabor. And here he is, Bob Hope.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Pardon my throat, ladies and gentlemen. Have a little smog in it tonight. You know, a glass of milk a day keeps the doctor away. 2 glasses a day keeps the dentist away. And 3 glasses of milk a day and you're a hermit, but a healthy one. But I want to tell you that... Bless you. But that milk is wonderful for you. At our dinner yesterday, we had a wonderful milk-fed turkey. That turkey was really milk-fed. At sunset, it got up off the platter and headed back to the barn. I don't suppose you've seen my relatives eat. It's sort of a yucca flats with flying wishbones. No, it was a close affair. At one point in the meal, they had gravy on me, and my brother Jack was putting salt and pepper on my leg. I happened to be in New York last week when they were having their smog. I'm sure it was just a coincidence. In New York, they had a smaze. That's sort of a sissy smog. Thick enough to slow you down, but you can't lean against it. The smaze wasn't as powerful as smog. When you take a deep breath of the stuff we have out here, you can get up again, but not the same day. The mayor of New York wired the Los Angeles City Hall asking what to do about it, and we're going to let him know as soon as we find the City Hall.
This has been a day of turmoil for Bob and for everyone else on the show. It all started this morning at Bob's home when I asked him one simple question. Say, Bob.
Yeah, Bill?
Can I be excused from appearing on the show tonight?
Why, what's the matter with you?
Well, Zsa Zsa Gabor is going to be your guest tonight, isn't she?
That's right, Bill, but don't let Zsa Zsa frighten you. Just be calm and cool like I am.
It's too late, Rob. I don't want to be on the show with Zsa Zsa tonight because I've fallen for her.
You've fallen for Zsa Zsa?
Yes.
Well, if you got to go, I can't think of a nicer way. When did this all happen?
Yesterday when you sent me over to her place with a script. I could tell Zsa Zsa liked me the minute she saw me. You know what she did? She actually invited me to stay for tea.
Maybe she likes tea with lemon. Then what happened, Bill?
Well, while we were drinking it, Zsa Zsa looked in my eyes and said, "I'm so thrilled to know a big, strong man like you." And bing, I got all choked up.
With love?
No, I swallowed my tea bag.
That's very romantic, Bill. As a lover, you'd make a wonderful garbage disposal. But I don't see why you have to have the evening off just because you've taken a fancy to Zsa Zsa. After all, you didn't ask her to marry you.
You want to bet?
Well, that's very clever of you, Bill. If she accepts, you'd be sure of a crowd at the wedding.
How do you mean?
Well, there'll be you and Zsa Zsa and your wife and your 4 kids. You won't need a minister. You'll need a referee.
Well, gee, you see the jam I'm in, don't you, Bob?
Well, why didn't you ask my advice about this, Bill? I could give you advice in this kind of a matter. After all, you can't fall for every pretty face you see. You'd have 5 or 6 different girls around town. You'd always be kissing one girl and rushing to the other and trying to keep them from finding out about each other. You never get any rest. You wind up tired, exhausted, a nervous wreck, completely worn out. Only one word describes a life like that.
What is it?
Sensational.
Well, gee, Bob, what'll I do?
Relax, Bill. I'll run over to Zsa Zsa's right now. I'll bring her some candy and flowers and straighten the whole thing out.
Oh, thanks, Bob. But from now on, I'm swearing off girls. Forever.
Good.
Oh, by the way, put a card in the flowers, will you? To Honey Cheeks from Sugar Lips.
Well, I'll see you later, Bill. I'll go over to Zsa Zsa's right now.
Oui, monsieur?
Oh, I'd like to see Miss Gabor.
Entrez, s'il vous plaît.
Thank you.
Asseyez-vous un moment, monsieur. Votre nom?
Yes, it has been rather chilly.
Comprenez français?
Oh, sure, I speak French fluently. C'est si bon, cherchez la femme, Chevrolet Coupé, and Oui, Oui, Marie. I have 3 or 4 others, but I don't want to get arrested. Anyway, I'll just wait here till Miss Gabor can see me, huh?
Hello, Bob.
Hello, Zsa Zsa. Gee, you look pretty as a picture.
Why have you come to see me, Bob? Is it about my being on your radio show?
No, I'm here about something else, Zsa Zsa. It's a very delicate matter.
How interesting. Go on.
Well, some men are just empty-headed idiots and nothing can be done about it. What would you say, Zsa Zsa, if I told you a big, dull-witted lout is madly in love with you?
Why, Bob, is this a proposal?
No, I I didn't mean myself, Zsa Zsa. I'm talking about Bill Goodman. You see, Bill is just an unsophisticated guy. He falls for any pretty face.
Then you wouldn't waste time on me. You don't think I could make you fall in love with me?
No, Zsa Zsa, you couldn't make me fall in love with you because I'm a man of the world, sophisticated, suave, blasé.
You are blasé without the B. Where did you get all these ideas that you are so great and hard to get?
Well, I read a wonderful book that tells how to handle these situations, Zsa Zsa. It's called Man, Ruler of the Sexes. Tells all about how men have ruled women all through the ages, from Socrates right up through Rock Hudson.
This book helped you?
It certainly did, Zsa Zsa. Before I read it, in my dealings with women, I was just a pale, washed-out namby-pamby. But I've changed.
Yes, now you have a 10.
Well, take it easy on Goodwin anyway, as a favor to me, Zsa Zsa. I'll be running along now.
But I want you to have a cup of tea with me.
Well, that worked with Bill, but I'm a sophisticated man of the world. You can't pierce my shell.
Really? Are you sure that I cannot pierce your shell?
You trying to pierce it or melt it? Don't try it, honey. I'm too tough for you. You'll only smash yourself in the Rock of Gibraltar.
Oh, you think so? Lie back in this chair. Let Zsa Zsa look in your eyes.
Okay.
Now, do you feel romance?
No.
Let Zsa Zsa stroke your forehead. Now, do you feel romance?
No. Nothing coming through yet?
Now, let Zsa Zsa press her lips to yours. What was that?
It was either romance or one of my garters busted. Here's Margaret Whiting, the doll of Capitol Records, singing that great standard, It Had to Be You. Come in, Maggie.
It had to be you. It had to be you. I wandered around and finally found somebody who could make me be true, could make me be blue, and even be glad just to be sad, thinking of you. Some others I've seen might never be me, might never be cross or try to be boss, but they wouldn't do. Nobody else gave me thrill. With all your faults, I love you still. Had to be you, wonderful you. Had to be you. It had to be you. It had to be you. I wandered around, finally found somebody who could make me be true, could make me be blue, and even be glad just to be sad. Thinking of you, some others I've seen might never be me, might never be cross. Try to be boss, they wouldn't do. For nobody else gave me a thrill. With all your faults, I love you still. Had to be wonderful, you. No one could do the things that you do. Just had to be wonderful, you.
Ladies and gentlemen, someone once said humor is the true democracy. That's why we in America can smile when we tell the stories of the legendary heroes who helped build our country's great industries and institutions. Take steel, for example. What made us the greatest steel manufacturers in the world? Ask any worker at the open hearth of any Pennsylvania steel mill, and the answer will be the same. Joe Mazurak, the giant whose body was made of pure steel. They'll tell you Joe invented the riveting machine by punching rivets with his fists, and cannonballs by rolling the hot steel in his hands like he was making butterballs. They'll tell you Joe Mazurak made steel rails by squeezing molten steel between his fingers. A legend? Sure, Joe Mazurak is only a legend, someone who existed only in the minds of those who have handed down our American folklore. But Joe Mazurak is also a spirit, the spirit of those men who work and sweat before the open hearths of the Alleghenies. Yes, it is democracy which lets us tell stories of our industries, institutions, and legendary heroes with a twinkle in our eyes and a chuckle in our throats. And so long as we continue to laugh together as a people, we will live together as a nation. Thank you very much.
When Bob returned home from visiting Zsa Zsa this afternoon, he had a rather glazed look in his eyes.
Zsa Zsa, Zsa Zsa, Zsa Zsa is the girl for me. The birds and bees have got a cousin since I met her. My buzzer's buzzing, Zsa Zsa. Zsa Zsa, Zsa Zsa is the girl for me. A razzle dazzle.
Hello, Bob. We're waiting to start rehearsal.
How'd it go, Bob?
How'd it go?
Yeah, did you smooth things over with Zsa Zsa?
Are you kidding? Bill, a whole new situation has developed.
What do you mean?
It is now Bob and Zsa Zsa.
Zsa Zsa Gabor and you? Oh, you're kidding. Zsa Zsa didn't really fall for you, did she?
Why not? She's human, isn't she?
That's what makes it so hard to understand.
That was very cute, Maggie. We were watching for your ad in Variety under Situations Wanted.
Well, Bob, I'm very sorry, but I just can't understand Zsa Zsa falling in love with you.
Well, for one thing, she said I was the handsomest devil she ever saw.
Oh, stop.
She said that, too.
Well, come on, Bob. Let's start rehearsal.
Okay, but Zsa Zsa will be over here in a few minutes, and I want you all to help me.
Help you? Well, how?
Well, I want to make a good impression on Zsa Zsa. I want to make her think I'm sophisticated and worldly, handsome and noble.
What do we do, slip her a Mickey?
Oh, that was a good one. If they ever put a price on your head, take it. Bill, I really want to impress Zsa Zsa. Make her think I'm a member of the upper crust. So when she arrives, I want you to act as my butler.
Your butler?
Bill.
Yes, master. Anything you say, master.
That's a nice thing about our contract with Goodwin. We don't give him his blood back till the end of the season. Maggie, you can pitch in and help, too.
Okay, Chief, what's my assignment?
Well, we could use a touch of glamour. Why don't you play a Southern belle?
Oh, I can do it easy.
A rich Southern belle from an old, old family.
No, I can do it easy.
And you're madly in love with me.
I'd better rehearse.
Look, Ragmop. Hey, that might be her now. You ready, Bill? All set, Maggie?
Yes, sir, boss. My cones is poning and my weevils is a weevil.
Get it, Bill.
Hello, sugar lips.
Hi, honey cheeks. Announcing Miss Zsa Zsa Gabor.
Well, here we are. Hello, Zsa Zsa.
Hello, boss.
Oh, hello, Zsa Zsa.
Hello, Bob.
Hello, Zsa Zsa.
Hello, Bob.
Gee, this girl's got an answer for everything.
Oh, Bob, what's the matter with you?
What do you mean?
You act so strange. You look like a sick cow.
No, that's how I always look when I see a healthy calf. Come in the drawing room and join our little group, Zsa Zsa.
Thank you.
Oh, Zsa Zsa, I'd like you to meet a friend of mine. This is...
Well, hiya. Oh, honey. I'm Magnolia Morning Glory, Peach Blossom, Beauregard E. Lee. I'm from Dower and Sour.
Take it easy. One step further south and you'll be a Mexican. How south can you get?
I'm very glad to know you, Miss Lee.
What an interesting hairdo, Miss Gabor. Tell me, honey, did you put it up with your gloves on or off?
Oh, that's kind of... No, dear. I have my hair done by a very exclusive stylist. Why don't you slip yours off and send it over to him? What a charming comb you have here, Bob.
Oh, yes, I'm loaded, you know, although I am cutting down this year. In the servants' swimming pool, we're just using plain water this year.
What do you use in your own pool?
Taboo. We don't have a diving board. We just jump off of Liberace's candlesticks.
Goodness, Bob. If you were this rich in my country, Hungary, you'd be a nobleman.
Well, as a matter of fact, Zsa Zsa, they're cooking up a deal to get me into the nobility now.
Really?
Yes, Queen Elizabeth is making me a Knight of the Garter as soon as I send her my sock size.
Bob, I'm terribly impressed. I didn't realize you were so wealthy and important.
Oh, yes, I just dabble in the cinema for a lark. Actually, I'd much rather be back in the family estate.
Your family has an estate?
Yes, we have a little place north of London.
What is it called?
Scotland.
How thrilling. And are all your family noblemen?
Oh, yes, all kings and dukes. In fact, if anything as low as an earl came to our castle, we couldn't let them in the front way. They'd have to go around to the back moat. We have a string of polo ponies, string of fawns, string of servants.
How did your family get so rich?
Saving string. You don't mind if I crack a little joke occasionally, do you?
Not at all. I'm not listening.
Well, anyway, Zsa Zsa, I'm glad you found out what an important person I am or what a fine old family I come from.
Yo-ho! Anybody home in this joint?
Pardon me, Zsa Zsa. Someone must have the wrong house here.
What do you mean, a wrong house? Don't you know your Uncle Mort when I come all the way from Cleveland to visit you? Hiya, Ratsy. Hey, you're looking great. Ain't seen you since we both hopped over the wall at the state pen. Those were the days, eh, Rat?
Hello, Uncle Mort.
Bob, this is your uncle?
Well, he's a different branch of our family tree. He's a different branch of our family tree, Zsa Zsa, the branch where the beetles got under the bark. Well, nice to see you, Uncle Mort. Drop in again sometime.
Hey, what's the idea, Rats? Are you trying to get me to brush off?
Well, I'm very busy right now.
Now, is this any way to treat your poor old uncle? The guy that put the first pool cue in your chubby little mitts? The guy that showed you how to jimmy gun machines so you'd always have a trade to fall back on? The guy that helped you earn your first buck slugging campfire girls and selling the marshmallows?
Now, wait. I'll admit you were wonderful to all of us, Uncle Mort. You kept the whole family dressed in hot mink.
Bob, I think I'll be going now.
No, don't run away, Blue Eyes. Come on, Ratsy. Introduce me. Who's the Skype?
Oh, this is Miss Zsa Zsa Gabor.
How do you do?
Never better than right now. Hey, kitten, hey, you are what is referred to in the better circles as a cute cupcake. A sharp cookie. A real cream puff.
Please, don't press your nose against the bakery window. Look, Uncle Mort, why don't you drop around some other time?
No. I want to talk to him. Tell me, did you grow up in the same estate with Bob?
Well, speaking loosely, if you call a third-floor tenement flat an estate, yeah.
Bob, if you lived on the third floor of a tenement, how could you keep a string of polo ponies?
Well, we had a very large service porch. Look, Zsa Zsa, I may have exaggerated a little bit, but most of what I told you was true.
Oh, then you do have some rich relatives.
Well, there's Uncle Herman. He's a used car dealer. He only deals in Nashes. That way he can either sell it to you or rent you a bed for the night.
Well, I meant to tell you, Ratsy, Cousin George is doing another stretch up the river.
Up the river?
He means that Cousin George is sojourning in his large home in the Hudson. It's a wonderful place up there. In fact, it's a famous landmark.
Yeah, practically an institution.
But what is this, doing a stretch?
Well, he's a girdle demonstrator. Look, I don't want to... Look, why should I try to kid you any longer, Zsa Zsa? This whole thing is a big story I've made up.
What do you mean?
Well, I grew up in the streets of Cleveland. I haven't got any big, fine family.
Oh, poor Bob. Don't feel bad. Let me give you a kiss.
And I haven't got any big estate in Scotland.
There. I'll give you another kiss.
And I haven't got any castle. Or any polo ponies.
I'll give you another kiss.
Boy, this is awful. This is terrible.
What is the matter?
I've run out of things I haven't got any of.
This is the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
Just applaud a little. Thank you very much. You know, right now the entire broadcasting industry is excited about color television, but very few understand how it works. Let me explain it to you. You see, the image is transmitted to the iconoscope, which filters the infrared rays and shoots them through a cathode transformer to a high-fidelity condenser which rotates the spectrum, resulting in the electronic vibrations on your screen. And that's the last time I hire a writer from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. But the invention of color TV was a tremendous job. It took 600 engineers, 6 scientists, and $28 million. Imagine all that just so we could see Martha Ray's tonsils in all their natural beauty. But I must say science has made some wonderful strides. Never before in history have we Americans had so many different forms of entertainment. Radio, TV, color TV, movies, calendars. Of course, not everyone looks good in color. They made a color test of Crosby wearing one of his sports shirts, and 200 people called the Civil Defense. They thought it was a direct hit on a pizza factory. And color sets are still pretty expensive. They have a 14-inch set for $1,000, a 10-inch set for $750, and a 6-inch set for $500. And for $50, you get a monocle and a box of crayons. Naturally, Jack Benny isn't spending a lot of money for a color TV set. He's just having Rochester paint his eyeballs. Well, you know, the other day in Palm Springs, they tried out a new system of television where you put $1 and a meter on your TV set, and you can see first-run movies and many other special programs. Boy, it's going to be nice to watch new movies on television. Of course, it'll be tough giving up Mae Bush. But this television test was a big success down in Palm Springs. Oh, everybody down there saw it. Crosby was having a wonderful time with his dollar until the string broke. And some people think this new idea will hurt the theaters. The truth of the matter is that the theaters have nothing to worry about. A movie house in the valley hasn't shown a picture for 3 weeks, and not one couple in the balcony has complained. Here's Margaret Whiting doing Stowaway with Les Brown's background. Come in, Margaret Whiting, right here.
I'd like to go away, be a stowaway, take a trip on a ship, let my worries blow away. There are still many treasure islands that wait to be explored, and the wide world is full of wonders for me. When a ship's standing in the harbor, I wish myself aboard, and I hide till the rolling tide carries me to sea. Then I go sailing far off to Zanzibar, though my dream places seem better than they really are. Way down deep in my heart I keep them, as people will always do who are staying home, stowaways too. And I go sailing far off to Zanzibar, though my dream places seem better than they really are. Way down deep in my heart I keep them, as people will always do who are staying home, stowaways too.
Stowaway. I'll get it. Hello? 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 Hello?
That's what I like about this show, sparkling dialogue.
That's it. Hello now. How are you tonight, Beaver Lip?
hold the phone a minute, Hope. Come here, honey.
Oh, Professor.
Sit on my knee. Put your arms around my neck.
What's going on there, Kelowna?
I am conducting a scientific investigation.
Oh, Professor.
A scientific investigation? What are you trying to find out?
What Lola wants.
You're living in a fool's paradise.
Okay, if I use your guest towels.
Kelowna, you're out of your mind.
Yes, and I'm glad. It was getting kind of stuffy in there.
Well, what are you going to do till we return?
Oh, I'm starting my own program, Hope.
Your own program? Who's on it?
Oh, just me and Gina Lollobrigida, Zsa Zsa Gabor, Lana Turner. Gonna be a warm summer.
Hey, Kelowna, you're doing a show with Gina Lollobrigida and Zsa Zsa Gabor and Lana Turner.
That's right.
Can I ask you a question?
Sorry, old chap, but the answer is no.
No?
We've got all the help we need.
Well, that figures. Well, it sounds like a good show, Kelowna. Who's the sponsor?
Don't know.
What type of program is it?
I don't know.
What time are you on the air?
Don't know.
Professor, you're doing a show with Gina and Lana and Zsa Zsa. You don't know anything about it? How can that be?
I don't ask questions. I just have fun.
There we go. Oh, I love it. Thanks for the memories. Say, Kelowna, don't let everyone know you come from a family of morons.
Okay, Pop.
Look, Professor, I won't be seeing you for a while. This is goodbye.
Well, I'll miss you, old pal. The sun in the sky won't shine with the same brightness while you're gone. The flowers in the fields will bow their pretty heads. Birds in the trees will sing a sad refrain. The dew of the morning will seem like tears. Even the winds of the desert will be stilled. Farewell, dear friend. Farewell.
What a beautiful sentiment. Professor, I never knew you felt this way about me.
I don't. I'm just moving my lips. That was the tape recording. So long, Hope.
So long, Broomhead. Here she is, Margaret Whiting, backed up by Les Brown as gypsies, doing whatever Lola wants. Come in, Maggie.
Whatever Lola wants, Lola gets. Little man, Lola wants you. Make up your mind to have no regret. Recline yourself, resign yourself. You're through. I always get what I aim for, and your heart and soul is what I came for. Whatever Lola wants, Lola gets. Don't you know you can win? You're no exception to the rule. I'm irresistible, you fool. Give in, give in. Whatever Lola wants, Lola gets a little man. Lola wants you. Make up your mind to have no regrets. Recline yourself, resign yourself. You're through. I always get what I aim for, and your heart and soul is what I You know it's just in the room. I'm irresistible, you fool. Give in, give out, give in.
Now, here he is with a special guest from the studio audience, Bob Hope. How do you feel, John? Where are you from?
Massachusetts, sir. You're from Massachusetts? The whole state's out here. Now, it says on your card, it says, I just want to rejoin the United States Marine Corps. Is that true?
That's right, sir.
Why do you want to rejoin the Marine Corps?
Well, sir, I was given a medical discharge after serving roughly 10 months with them. And I like the outfit so much that I just actually feel lost being outside the Corps.
Not being in the Marine Corps?
That's right, sir.
You feel kind of lost?
I do, sir. Yes, sir.
Sounds like one of the ads. What was the reason why were you discharged?
I was a kid and I split my skull and it did some pretty heavy damage. And I went in the Marine Corps with the knowledge of it. I told the doctors about it, and I had several tests. And the first one I had, they told me came out negative. They said I was all right, and they sent me back to active duty. And just as soon as I get out here to Camp Pendleton, I went to the hospital. They took my appendix out, and the doctor was talking to me, and
it sounds like this is your life. They took your appendix out?
Yes, sir. And the doctor was talking to me about the same day I was supposed to go back to duty. He says, well, John, where are you going now? It was just like that. I just blacked out.
No kidding.
And that was about the middle of July, I guess. So they kept me down at one of the other wards, and I was discharged out the 26th of September.
Why are you so intent, though, on rejoining the Marines? Why,
In the Navy, the Air Force, and the Army, you've got quantity with a smidging of quality. Take the Marine Corps, it's all quality. Every man in it is top. He's got to be top.
Oh, brother. Isn't this great? You're going to have March Field up here in about 20 minutes. They may fly this whole studio out. Well, I'll tell you one thing. I've got to go with you on a lot of that because the Marine Corps, they are really a great bunch of guys. I've had the pleasure of playing for thousands of them, and they're certainly wonderful. There's no doubt about that. And I can understand you picking up a lot of that spirit and wanted to stay in there. But I don't think you ought to feel bad about it, though, because you made your contribution. You left your appendix at Camp Pendleton, and John, thank you very much. Just wish you a lot of luck, boy.
Thank you, sir.
Take good care of yourself. Thank you.
Gee, Bob, what are we doing in this ritzy shopping section?
Well, I haven't heard from NBC whether I'm going to be back in the air in the fall, so I thought I'd buy the president of the network a little gift. Sort of a reminder. A present. A token.
The secret word for tonight is bribe.
Steinway head, don't ever faint when you're in the makeup. Those seats look like an ivory escalator. What kind of gift were you looking for, Rob? Well, the president of NBC was a great outdoors man, so I thought he's a mountain boy, and ever since he was a kid, he's loved the woods.
Oh, he loves the woods, huh?
Yeah, killed him a bar when he was only 3.
Why don't you give him your Davy Crockett coonskin cap?
I can't. I loaned it to Crosby. He's going formal tonight.
Well, if you want a gift for an outdoor man, Rob, let's go in this store right here. The Beverly Hills Sporting Goods Shop. Okay? Ooh, gee, what a ritzy place.
Hey, this is a very fine shop, Bill.
I wonder if they have anything so crude as a clerk around here.
Well, I'll ask that man over there in the cutaway coat and striped trousers. Pardon me.
What can I do for you? What
What can I do for you?
I want to get some sporting equipment.
What kind?
Well, I'm not quite sure. Let's see. Do you think some golf clubs would be nice for a man who's a little overweight and needs some exercise?
Oh, they'd be just dandy. Step right over here and I'll show you a set, Chubby.
Chubby? I haven't got an ounce of fat on me. I'm 170 pounds of solid flat.
Here, just step this way, please.
Say, clerk, I'm buying a gift for a friend, and he's quite a fisherman. What would you suggest?
Well, how about this fine aluminum fishing rod for $500?
No, that's too much.
Well, we have a glass fishing rod for $300. Or a steel rod for $200.
Look, what can I get for about $10?
A branch from a pussy willow tree with a pussy willow shaved off.
Never mind, we'll just browse around. We'll call you when we need you.
Very well. But we have many small items here, the kind you can slip in your pocket. So let me warn you, there's a city ordinance against shoplifting.
Now, wait a minute. Are you saying I'm a crook?
I'm not saying anything, but I know one thing. You didn't get those mean, shifty little eyes counting marshmallows for the campfire girl.
That does it. Come on, Bill. We'll take our business somewhere else. Who wants this stuff anyway?
Good afternoon. This is the National Broadcasting Company. One moment, I'll connect you.
Hi, Artie.
Oh, hello, Mr. Hope. What can I do for you?
Well, I'd like to see the president of the network.
The president?
Yeah, it's the end of the season. I haven't heard that I'm going to be back in the air in the fall.
Oh, you don't have to worry, Mr. Hope. The big boss says you're the funniest comedian NBC ever had. And you get the biggest laughs of anybody in the business.
He said that? When?
Just this morning on the phone. He was trying to trade you to CBS for Jack Benny.
Jack Benny? He's no comic. He couldn't even get a laugh when he was working under the name of Evelyn and her magic violin. Look, just tell the big boss I'm here, will you?
He's not busy. You can go right in.
Oh, hi, Bay. It's great to see you again. Oh, wait a minute. You're not Mr.
That is correct.
Well, who are you?
Allow me to introduce myself. You are in the presence of the wealthiest man in the universe, Hubert Updike III.
Well, you could have remained seated in your chair. Why do you stand up when you say your name?
Out of respect. I'm in my presence, too.
Well, I must be in the wrong office. I wanted to see the president of NBC.
I am the president of NBC and the owner. Dear old Dad bought it for me for my birthday.
Your father bought you NBC for your birthday? Your family must really be loaded.
Oh, we are. We have oodles and oodles and more oodles. We're so wealthy, we think Strike It Rich is a comedy show.
Well, I'm very happy to meet you, Mr. Updike. I have a present for you, too.
Yes? Well, what is it?
This bag of golf clubs.
Oh, what a shame. I already have some. Mater bought me a set of 4 golf clubs for Christmas.
Only 4 clubs?
Oh, they're beautiful ones. 3 of them have swimming pools.
Yes, they're the best kind. Now, then, you do play golf, huh?
Oh, do I play? Oh, definitely. I belong to the most exclusive golf club in the world, the Lakeside Country Club. It was very expensive to build. It has 18 holes.
Yeah, well, all golf clubs have 18 holes.
Indoors?
Oh, yes, I've seen the place. Howard Hughes has the washroom concession, yes.
Well, you know, it's the most exclusive club in the entire world. We just had a very successful membership drive.
Really?
Yes, we drove out 300 members.
You drove them out?
Yes, well, we had to, you see. Several upstarts had managed to weasel in who only had $3 or $4 million. How sneaky can you get? Imagine only $3 or $4 million.
Yeah, you got to watch out for those wetbacks. Now, tell me, how how does your family make all their money?
In oil. You see, we've always been in oil. You've seen that famous sign, the Flying Red Horse?
Yes.
Dad posed for it. Dear old Dad is still digging for oil. But he's getting very, very discouraged.
He's getting discouraged? Why?
Well, he keeps striking uranium.
Well, some people are just born unlucky. Now, what's wrong with uranium?
Well, nothing, except my family is very much against the atom bomb. We're calling off the test.
You're calling off the test? How can you do that?
We're taking back Nevada.
Well, this has been very interesting, Hubert, and I'm glad you're the new owner of the network. I'll just leave these golf clubs, and I hope you'll keep me in mind when you need a comedian.
No. I'm afraid you're too late. I've just hired a comedian. In fact, he's in the next office now.
You've hired a comedian? Who is he?
Oh, he's a very funny chap with bulging eyes, a high voice, and a big black mustache.
Big black mustache? You don't mean... Oh, no, it can't be.
Want to bet?
Colonna, you went behind my back and took my job away from me?
Well, the salary's very good, and I thought the
thief, double-crosser, rat, viper, skunk.
Keep going, you'll get him warm.
I'm going to teach you a lesson. Put up your hand.
No, Mr. Hoop. Let's settle this.
What is it, a basketball game? What is that?
Let's settle this like gentlemen. There is no need for fisticuffs. I'll flip this coin, and the job goes to the winner. Call it.
Head. Tail. Egad, it went out the window. There it is. Way down there on the sidewalk.
Oh, did it come up heads or tails, Colonna? I can't see. Is it heads or tails?
Lean out the window a little further, Hope.
Well, I still can't see it.
Lean out a little further. A little further. Just a teensy winsy bit further.
Whoops.
What do you know? He came up tails.